Hello. Hello, friends. Hello. Happy Saturday. I'm just trying to find us. I mean, I know we're here, but I'm also trying to find us here. So bear with me for a moment. Oh, please. Oh, please. There we go. There we are. Just about. Oh my gosh, come on. Got it. Hi guys, happy Saturday. Hello. Let's take a look at the chat real quick. Hi Tracy and Rena Vandewow, Roberta, Trisha. Oh my goodness, we've got Washington and Nevada and Montana and California, Kathy and Deborah. Hi Deborah. Alexis from Oregon, Jane from gloomy Illinois. It's a gloomy Utah today, for sure. Gloomy Utah. Wanda, hi Wanda from rainy Tennessee. Oh, I know, Trisha. I can say this to Trisha. I'm sure there's other, well, there may be, I don't know. Hang on, let's get that fixed. There may be others of you. Now, someone was from Oregon, so I'm very sorry, Alexis, but did you guys watch the game last night, the Pac-12 championship game, football? Very disappointed that the University of Utah wasn't in it again for the third year. But it was an amazing game between Oregon, the Ducks, and the Huskies, the Washington Huskies. Oh my goodness, what a game. So congratulations, Washington, because they are headed off to some kind of playoff, Rose Bowl. We won't be going to the Rose Bowl again this year, just because the University of Utah isn't going. So, but oh my goodness, if you like college football, last night was a great night to watch with that game. It was so good, so good. So congratulations, Washington, and so sorry, Oregon. But what a great game, right? What a great game. Hi, Jane. Oh, I already said hi, I think. Nita, nice to see you, Nita, from Pensacola. Marilee, hi, Marilee. Justine, Kelly. Kelly said, perfect day to be indoors. It's cold. Yes, it is very cold. I don't know. What's our temperature here? 31 degrees here in Utah. 31. Fahrenheit. That's important, right? Fahrenheit's important. Hi, Patricia from Maine. Terry, good morning. Happy December. Patrina, good morning from Chicago. Oh, my little necklaces are totally tangled here, so we'll work on that while we're looking at the chat. Hi, Mazel. Nice to see you. Melissa. Yeah, Alexis said very disappointing game. Yeah, very good. Well-earned win for Washington, yes, but oh, so close, Oregon, so close. It is December. Oh yeah, Marilee said December with lots of R's at the end for like burr in December. So true. Angie is from gloomy Michigan. Hi, Sarah. Cindy from Missouri. Gina. Everett, Washington. Wanda, even though she's in Tennessee, she's a Bama fan. Roll Tide. I think they're playing today, aren't they? It's like big time college playoff, like, just about the playoffs. I just remembered. Hang on, I'll chat while I do this, but I just remembered that there were a couple spots on my glasses. Oh, and that was gonna bug me. Okay, hang on, one more second. I have everything I need all right here behind me in my nice little organized drawers. Oh yeah, no, this is bad now, so now I can't see. It's really, Terry said, anxiously awaiting her orders from me to arrive today. Yes, with your December documented. Oh my gosh, you have no idea how hard it is to read any of that. Wanda, I don't know, said big time, but I'm not sure in response to what, but I could see that because that was all uppercase. Scrapbook sister, hello. All right, let's just get those clean because that was gonna really bother me. Sorry, I didn't get those little, there we go, much better. Those little things out of the way before we started. Hi, Carolina. Carolina? Probably more like Carolina, right? Not Carolina. Carolina. The shelves, yes. All fun and decorated for the holidays, right? Look at, you can see that even the top shelf, a little decorated. Oh, all my December dailies are up there too. Well, except for this year's, because I started working on this year's yesterday. I will post about it later today. Unfortunately, the very first day of December in my December daily is bah humbug. I tell you, I'm a good person. I am a good, honest, hardworking person. Yesterday, Nick came to me with a bill from Verizon and he said, honey, did you buy 7 iPhones? No, I did not buy 7 iPhones. Someone pretending to be me bought 7 iPhones. So yesterday literally spent almost the entire day dealing with all of that. Filing a police report, dealing with Verizon, going on all the credit bureaus, freezing my credit, signing up for LifeLock, having them check the dark web to see if anything was out there. But to the tune of, so whoever this person was, now I guess, I don't know, we'll never find out, I'm sure. Whoever this person was bought 7 iPhones. I don't know if they were physically in a Verizon store or if they did it online. But the bill came to me, my name, my address. They paid nothing. They put 7 iPhones on a 36-month plan, which totals about $14,600. So that's my story for December 1st in my December daily. And you know what? We tell all the stories. We tell the good, the bad, the ugly, and all we can do is laugh about it, I guess. What do you do? Everything was clean. Other than that, so far. So I don't know. Now I guess police reports filed. Nick will go pick that up, I think, in a couple of days, early next week, and then that has to get scanned and then sent back to Verizon, and then I guess they'll take it from there. But crazy. But today's a better day. Well, so far. Yesterday, not such a good day. But oh well, what do you do? I know, right? And I'm like, you know what? People just, those are criminals. Those are not the people that are trying to eat. Those are people that are the criminals because they clearly know what they're doing and they did mass fraud there. That's a felony. That's a federal offense. That amount of stealing is a federal offense. So you just wish that people would. I mean, I understand if people are in a really bad spot and they need help, but someone that's doing that, that's just that's just criminal. So. Oh well, but we don't want to talk about that stuff. We want to talk about lots of fun stuff because today we have 3 fun lists that we're going to play with. I do have a kind of stop time today. We need to stop around noon Pacific because Nick and I are going to go do something this afternoon. So that's the plan. Let's talk. Well, I need to back up. I really need to back up because before I got into any of that, I really should say hello and I should say welcome. If we haven't met before, welcome to you. My name is Layle Konkar. And I have a business called laylebymail.com or Layle by Mail. Website, laylebymail.com. Run all around lots of different parts of the country teaching, but then also have a website where I sell lots of different products, including growing more and more. I think I'm up to about 75 or 80 maybe of my own SKUs. So products that I have had manufactured. Idea book, traveler's notebooks, traveler's notebook inserts, tons of stamps, tools, some fun new tools coming I'm so excited for after the first of the year. So lots of fun things coming. Anyhow, when I'm not traveling, we are here on Saturdays on my YouTube channel and we do what I like to call creative listing. So on Thursdays, I provide listing topics, so usually 3 to 4, and we get together and I make my lists. And the lists, I call them creative listing because I am using lots of different products to play with. Washi tape and stickers and stamps and paper, and we have lots of fun. We laugh a lot as we do it. It is, I think, an amazing way to memory keep, scrapbook, document, tell your story, whatever it is. And we tell lots of stories, right? Because we're talking about or listing about things that in a lot of cases are about us. So they're very much time capsules. A lot of the lists that we do, you could come back 5 years, 10 years and look at those lists and be like, oh my gosh, look at how much things have changed. So that is what we do here on a Saturday. There are a lot of products that I'll be using as I am listing today, and in the description box of the video down below, you will find a link. You'll see lots of links, but you will find a link more towards the top that says a link to the products that I'm using. So if you're interested in anything I'm using, you can click on that link. It'll take you to my website, and then you will see a page with those products that I am using or have used today. Okay, let's take a quick look at the chat before we talk about a couple of housekeeping items, and then we'll flip the camera and play. Oh yes, very good. Terry said, thumbs up on the video, please, ladies. Yes, thanks so much. If you would, please thumbs up. That's always super helpful. And that's just a quick little public service announcement for anyone that you're watching on YouTube or following on Instagram or watch somebody's TikTok or Reel or Snapchat, or I don't know how all the things work, because I don't use all the things. Facebook, whatever it is. Thumbs up. If you want to take it a step further, leave them a little comment, share it with a friend, tag someone. Those types of things are really, really, really beneficial to someone like me, and really an easy way for you to support whoever you're kind of interacting with when it comes to content. Okay, so that'd be really awesome. Let's see. Oh, I love it, you guys. On the clock. You're always so good. Terry's always checking to see if I have a time stop, and then Colleen is always so good about helping me remember once I flip the camera to plug in so we don't lose power. Okay. So Terry, interesting. Terry said, how awful, but what were they thinking that you wouldn't see it? They had to know you would cancel them. I'm sure what it is, it's some kind of burner phone, right? So they go in, they sign up for phones, and then by the time that all of that happens and eventually you get the bill in the mail, well, they've had, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whoever knows how many weeks to use those phones or sell them on the black market. I don't know what they're doing, but you know, I guess even the hardware. So part of it is just being able to maybe use the burner phone, the phone number for a couple of weeks, but then the hardware. And I don't know if there's a, well, I should know because you worked in that cellular industry years ago. But I think with the ESN, they might be able to, electronic serial number, they might be able to make it that the phones can't work ever. But if you're buying a stolen phone and you don't know you bought a stolen phone, then you don't know that's going to happen. And it's just criminals, right? It's just, sometimes they're smart, sometimes they're not so smart. Let's see. Terry said I may own most of them. No, I know she doesn't mean the, I know she doesn't mean the phones. You must be talking about something. Some of the product I was talking about, I think. Pamela, I'm so excited for you. Congratulations. Pamela's gone through lots of surgeries in the last, I don't know, 6 months, right, Pamela? And she just shared an update. She did her first real hard physical therapy yesterday and rewarded herself with a peppermint shake from Chick-fil-A. That will be my December 1st. What a great, great, great story to tell for the first day of December. Pamela, congratulations. That's awesome. I'm sure it feels so good, and I'm sure it really hurt, but I'm sure it feels so good to feel like you're making progress and maybe now on the upswing of things again. So congratulations. And I love it that you guys always share that. I love it, love it, love it. Oh, Marilee's talking about same thing with Verizon. What time are we stopping Mountain Time? Oh, 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock, Terry. Yes, 1 o'clock. Sarah just got notification that her package is out for delivery today. So you guys, yes, this past week was crazy, 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 crazy. In addition to all the stuff that happened yesterday with Verizon, but literally spent so many hours shipping out all of the amazing orders that you guys placed for Women-Led Wednesday, Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and Cyber Monday. So good news is everything has gone out with the exception of, so everything, all the Black Friday orders went out, all of the Happy Day mini book orders went out, unless your orders also had the brand new November release of stamps on them. Those were not scheduled to arrive until last night. UPS says this time of year, by 9 p.m., they actually came Thursday afternoon, which was so exciting, which means we started getting stamp orders out on Thursday, got some more of those stamp orders out on Friday, yesterday, and then probably Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week, we will get the rest of those stamp orders out. So a little early Christmas present there by having the stamps in a day and a half early. So that's good. That's good. So yes, lots of you should be getting, if you haven't already received your orders, getting those notifications that they should be getting delivered, you know, in the next day or two. If you haven't already received them. Wanda, congratulations. Wanda said she and her husband have been married 42 years on December 4th. That is amazing. Congratulations. That's huge. That is huge. Yo, Mama Dog, 365. Carolyn, right? Please tell me it's Carolyn. Please tell me it's Carolyn. Said she loves my shirt. Thank you. Little green. Little green. This one I make work for Christmas time and then also spring. All right. Let's see. Oh, Terry, my personal line of product. Yes. Thank you. Hi, Carla. Let's see. I bet you're really sore, Pamela. But it's a good sore, right? Good sore. Um, Hi, Mom. Okay, so I figured something out. Last week when Nick and my dad were at the doctor, and Nick came on and he was like, "Hi, I'm here with Dad," and all of that. And somebody said, "You need a way to alert me." Well, I told Nick, "Mom, I will tell you this as well. If you text me, I can see the text come through when I'm doing this. So if you text me, then I know you're here, because sometimes I don't know you're here and then you're gone and then I miss it. So, hi, Mom. Yes, my mom, I was very frustrated yesterday talking to my mom for several times about the whole, phone thing. But isn't it funny that, I'm 55 and still calling my mom when I'm like, "Oh my God, how did this happen? And what should I do?" And it's funny because with Sam, definitely with Sam, our younger son, who just turned 23. No, he turns 23 on Monday. Turns 23 on Monday. He's in that mode where no, I'm an adult, I have to do things on my own. And I'm like, dude, no, you don't. You can still come to your parents, still ask your parents. You get into trouble, still come to your parents. We're here to help. We've got advice. We have very long lives. We've had lots of experience. So come to us. I'm like, we still go to our moms, and we're, your mom, your dad. So yeah, anyhow. Okay, let's see. Hi, Virginia. She's on a flight from New Jersey to Maine. Just sticking out the window photo. I love that. I love that. You haven't flown since 2019. Congratulations. That's exciting to be flying right now. Let's see. Scrapped NH said 55 year. Totally wish every day I could call my mom. Oh, moms are the best. Yes. And Terry, I know too. That's hard because I know some of you have lost your moms, and that makes me very sad. Terry, I know that recently you did, and Scrapped NH, it sounds like that you have as well. So I'm always very sorry to hear that. Okay, friends, so we have a couple housekeeping items. We, right now, are not planning to be together on Saturday, December 9th. So I pulled that off our listing schedule a couple weeks back. Nick and I are hoping, kind of figuring that out. He's kind of figuring that out today. If we can get one more trip in before the end of the year in Harvey, our RV. It gets a little bit tricky this time of year because it's 31 degrees here, which you can go anywhere, right? We can go anywhere. It has heat. I mean, it's like our home on wheels. However, when it's that cold, you can have no onboard water, which means you can't go to the restroom, which means you can't shower. Now, I can go a couple days without showering, not a problem. The restroom's a little bit harder. So not having onboard water makes it a little bit more difficult. So we're trying to find some place that we can go for a couple days. That's not too far. I mean, obviously we don't want to drive to California because that's like 12 hours. But some place that does not freeze at night, so we can de-winterize, add water, and then go on the road, have water, come back, winterize again, and call it good. Anyhow, so what we will do though, assuming we're going to do that, I haven't updated that calendar on my wall yet. It still says November. Assuming that we do that, that would be the 9th, the following weekend, 10th, 11th, the week of the 11th, some point during in there, we will do a nighttime listing session, a weeknight listing session, which we usually seems to do around the holidays. So those are always fun because it's not a totally different vibe. I mean, it's all the same thing. It's a little bit darker in here. But it's kind of fun, and it gives some of you the opportunity to come live when you aren't able to watch live during the weekends on Saturdays. All right. Yo Mama Dog, sounds like we need to go to Mississippi. It's 60 plus degrees. And you know what? I didn't catch it. I need to make sure that we said, I did. I got it. Carolyn. Okay. I'm going to remember that. Okay, friends. So let's go ahead and, we need to talk about some giveaways. We have a couple winners from when we were together last Saturday. So something just went through my head. I don't know, watching somebody it came up in my Instagram or something, and the person was talking so quickly. I thought, oh my gosh, what is wrong with you? Why are you talking so fast? And this is literally going through my head while I'm talking to you guys right now. And that is why sometimes I get sidetracked, because things are rolling around in here and other things are coming out this way. So anyhow, and I thought, what is wrong with you? Why are you talking so fast? And I have that problem. I talk very quickly. I don't know why. I think I always have. So I don't want to be one of those people where you are watching me going, oh my gosh, why are you talking so fast? Now, I will slow it down right now, but believe me, in 5 minutes again, I'm going to be talking fast. So just kind of popped into my head. I will, well, I won't say I'll do my best because right now I will talk slowly, but literally give me 2 minutes and I'm going to be talking quickly again. So I don't know. I'm not a person that's like this. I'm not like a this kind of person. I'm like a this kind of person. And so my voice is all over the place. And okay, so a couple of giveaways. Every time we're together, I always do giveaways. I love to share. I love to, it just makes me happy to do that. So last week we actually did four giveaways. We did 2 that were live. So 2 random lucky winners as we were live, won each a $25 gift certificate to the website. And I think both of those have claimed them. And Ms. L, I remember, because I think you already placed your order and I think you might have even already received it. There were 2 that were after party giveaways. After party giveaways are usually the types of giveaways that I do. And with the after party giveaways, I just ask you to leave a comment on the video once it is over. Leave a comment on the video once it is over, and I will randomly draw from those comments and notify those people that they've won. I will tell you, the 2 prizes for the last week's video were also 2 $25 gift certificates to my website to spend whatever you want on. This one has had, I think when I looked this morning, our video from last Saturday has had 2,000 views. So 2,000 people have interacted with it in one way or another. There were 45 comments. So if you leave a comment, your odds are pretty good. Your odds are pretty good of winning a prize. At least that one was like 1 in, what if we divide it in half, like 1 in 22 and a half. So that's pretty good odds, right? Better than the lottery. So I drew this morning those 2 random lucky winners, and the way that I do that, you leave a comment on the video when it's over, and I randomly, just wherever my finger stops, that person wins a prize. Wherever my finger stops again, that person wins a prize. So we have 2 random lucky winners from last week. One is Kate Campfire 3644. So Kate Campfire 3644, you won a $25 gift certificate to my website to buy whatever you want. You should know when you win. You don't have to be watching to know that you won, because I reply to your comment. So Kate Campfire 3644, congratulations. And also Kathy Williams 4517, congratulations. Both of you won a $25 gift certificate code that I'll send you to shop on the website. So congratulations. I knew it. I channeled it this morning. Vicki, I was getting ready and I thought, you know what? Vicki and I have not talked in forever and a day because she's been gallivanting around the world in New Zealand and Australia. And I thought that would be so awesome if she like jumps on today and she and I could catch up. Vicki and I have our own little catch up chat here and you guys can just hang out. No, just kidding. But my friend, I miss you. Oh my goodness. Vicariously living through you and Sam. This is crazy. Vicki Booten and Sam, our younger son, were both in, not Australia, both in New Zealand at the same time. They were probably in the same town, as far as I know, at the same time, which is totally crazy. I just kept thinking, oh my gosh, if I could have a text photo from one of them where they bumped into each other together, how cool would that be? They didn't. Sam bumped into someone else though, Post Malone. Kid you not. Anyhow, we'll get to that when I do my About Last Month. So Vicki, we need to catch up, friend. Okay, next week, let's plan a FaceTime and catch up, okay? Because I miss you. I want to hear all about your trip. All right, and that's all only chat that Vicki and I will have one-on-one chat. But sometimes you got to take advantage of that one-on-one where you can, right? Oh, let's see. Colleen said, Vicki, hope you're feeling better. Oh, what happened, Vic? Did you get sick? Did you get sick? So fun that you're here. I love that. So I love it. Hi, Robin. Let's see. Vicki. Oh yeah. If you're gonna come on, just text me and then I'll know that you're here. Sometimes I don't know that you're here and then I miss you. I know lots of people forget to comment. Yeah, leave yourself a little note. I don't know if you can comment, not in the chat. I don't know if you can leave a comment on the video when it's live. If you can, then you should just stop what you're doing right now. Go leave a comment on the video because your chances are really good of winning a prize. Okay, friends. Yes, congratulations, everyone. You're laying in bed. I'm so sorry. I mean, that's good. I'm glad. I'm proud of you for laying in bed because you know what? We need to do that. I'm sure you are so run down after your crazy whirlwind. So run down. I know. Vicky said she's so mad. Where was her posty meet and greet? At a bar in Auckland, Vicky. And it wasn't a meet and greet. This is the funniest story. I'll tell you guys about it because it's on my About Last Month. So we'll get there. Hi Sarah from North Carolina. Oh, and Vicky, we're using Discover and Create on one of our lists today. So if you guys don't know Vicky, my dear friend Vicky Booten, who we go back, oh my gosh, I don't know, 15 or so, some odd years. She is an amazing person and friend and a very talented designer with American Crafts. She has her own line of products. And last week we actually used Discover and Create as well. So we're using one of her products again today. Okay, friends. Oh, Heather, I love that. Heather is working on Vicky's Peppermint Kisses album. Love it. So fun. Okay, friends, I think we talked about, so, okay, not on the 9th, but we will be together again on the last 3 weekends in December. And then we'll do something a weeknight during the week of the 11th, okay? All right, so let's do this. I am going to, oh, my notes are over here. My handy dandy notebook is here. Which, guess what? My handy dandy notebook, you guys look at, there's not that much left of it. That one, that's going on 2 years now. I've been using that little handy dandy notebook. Okay, so I think that's all we need to talk about. So let's I forgot to turn on the overhead light. That's why it's looking a little dark. I'm going to rotate the camera and then turn on the studio lights and then we'll get going, okay? Then we're gonna list. There, oh, yep, I did a little bit too much. Still playing with that new mount. After I broke my last one. I manhandled it. During a What's New Wednesday because I was frustrated and it decided to talk back by breaking. Oh, all right. Okay, let's see. Are we ready? Are all your albums in your background are so beautiful. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, on that top shelf, those are all my December dailies. That's 15 years worth. Thank you, Colleen. Plugging in now. Yeah, 15 years worth of December dailies behind me. Well, they were behind me. I have 16, but 16 is this year, so it is not up there. It is very much in the works right now. Well, not in the works, but it's being worked on, right? It is being worked on. Okay, friends, so once I flip the camera, I like to start out with the list that we did when we were together last, which would have been last week. Hang on. Well, we'll just move. I have to think if I move. Hold on. I think I need to move back this way. And then that will give me a little bit more where we want to be. Okay, so the list that we did last week when we were together, we did 3 lists. My brain had to think upside down and backwards there, friends. So I need to make sure really quickly. Give me a sec. A little better. Okay. There we go. I had to think about which way the direction needed to go. 3 lists that we did last week. So last week, our first list was actually a continuation of a list that we did the week before. So we did these 2 lists over the course of 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, we did things I'll never do again. And then last week, we paired that with things I'll do again. So won't ever do again, we'll definitely do again. And we did kind of this little half page in there using products from Vicky's Discover and Create collection. So loved that collection. As I said, we'll continue to work with that again today. This is one of those, as we talk about a time capsule list. If I had done this list or either of these lists 10 years ago, I guarantee you there'll be things that were probably on my do again list 10 years ago that are now on my never do again list, like CrossFit. 10 years ago, I would have said, I'm going to do CrossFit every day for the rest of my life. 10 years later, never again will I do CrossFit. So time capsule list, looking at how things change over time, right? So that was our first list, things I'll do again. Our second list was things I'm thankful for, right? We were just kind of on the tail end of Thanksgiving as we were together last Saturday. So that time of year, it's always fun. Vicki, you came out again. And there were some questions, Vicki, while you're here about the little squirrel in the collection. And if you put that in there for me. And I just said yes. I just told him, well, of course she did. Whether you did or not, of course she did. So we kind of had fun with that little squirrel too. But for this list, we used products from the 49 and Market Art Options Spice collection, which is such a beautiful kind of fall autumn collection with the really bright pops of kind of burgundy and pink. So lots of fun with that one, just different things that we are grateful for or thankful for. That's another one of those time capsule type lists. I do every year at this time, so I probably have, I probably have 4 years. I'm going to say probably 4 years worth of those lists. So if I go to chapter 5 fall in the idea book, page 33. Now I didn't check ahead of time, so let's look. Things I'm looking forward to this fall. Well, I know I've done this. Anyhow, I know I've done these. They're somewhere in the idea book. I really should probably check things like that before I pull it out. Somewhere in here, I have things I'm thankful for. Anyhow, so that's another, I know where one is. Hang on just a minute. Now I got to prove myself. Family. Let me look at that. Page 54. Ding-a-ling. Page 54. I know because I did this last year. Things that we're thankful for. So last year, when Jack and his girlfriend were here again over the holidays, I had us all partake in a list. So this was kind of a fun way in any of your lists to get someone else's voice into your list. And when I say voice, I handed them cardstock and said, here, I would really like it, also Nick, my husband, if you would write on this little cardstock the things that you're thankful for and give it to me so I can put it in my list. So anyhow, but also a time capsule type list, because if that's a list you get into the habit of doing every year, probably there are things on your list that maybe change from year to year or every couple of years to every couple of years. Maybe your health, maybe you're more particularly thankful for your good health 1 year versus the other. Maybe family you're more thankful for one more years toward the other. Maybe friends, it just depends, right? So that was the second list that we did. Hi, Gracie Crates, nice to see you. Vicki. Vicki's like, LOL, yes, always looking for new icons, and of course I thought of you with the squirrel. All right, our last list that we did last week was things I'm looking forward to this Christmas. Now I won't pull it out again, but if I pulled the idea book out again and looked at the Christmas chapter, I would see this list, I know for sure, every year. So for the last 3 years, this is the 4th year I've done this list, things I'm looking forward to this Christmas. I think this is always a nice list to start at the beginning of a new season or a new holiday. So this is the type of list that we actually do a number of different times a year. Looking forward to this fall, spring, summer, winter, Christmas. Usually it's probably about 5 years. So we do looking forward to this year, fall, spring, summer, Christmas. I guess 5. Guess we do it 5 times a year. But those are that's another type list that's fun to look back on, another time capsule type list. This one, we started playing with the Comfort and Joy collection from Pretty Little Studio. Oh, I just love this collection so much because it's a different looking Christmas collection, right? Or holiday collection. There's very little red. You have a couple of pops of red throughout the collection, but it's really kind of warm and wintry, and yeah, I think it's a lot of fun. All right, hi Teresa V, popping in from work. Nice to have you pop in very quickly. Scrapbook Sista said that's such a great idea to have someone else's handwriting. You know what is a really kind of fun thing to do this type of year when it comes to either lists that you're doing in a traveler's notebook, or if you're doing a December daily type project, even if you're doing like your 12 by 12 scrapbook pages, to do a list of things that you want for Christmas, or a list of things that other people want for Christmas. So maybe you have kids or grandkids. Give them a pen and a piece of paper and ask them to write what they want for Christmas. It's especially fun when you have your littles, right? When you have your littles. So just while we're talking about that, I'm going to grab out one of my December documents here. This one is, or December dailies. This is back from 2016. And I know this will be in here because I do this every year. Always have Christmas lists, right? Christmas lists of the kids. And when I do that, I always have them, hang on, I always have them write their lists for me, okay? Always have them write their lists. Even now, although now they don't handwrite them, now they, just bear with me a sec. You know that I didn't plan this, because if I planned this, I'd have it right there, wouldn't I? I promise they're in here. Anyhow, I don't need my showing examples today is not working out so well, is it, friends? Now that's really gonna bother me. But I know, well, anyhow, putting someone else's voice in your projects is a really fun way to just to change the way you do things a little bit. So, well, anyhow. Okay, hang on. Let me check in. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on to the list that we're doing today. We're doing 3 lists today. The very first list that we're starting out with is one that we do at the start of every new month. This is every new month, you guys, now going back 4 years. So we've been doing this list. I have almost 4 years, 3.5 years, somewhere between 42 and 48 of these lists. And the list I'm talking about is called About Last Month. So About Last Month, this would be, Vicky, this would be August. So at the start of every new month, usually the very first Saturday that we're together, we sit down and we do an About Last Month list. About Last Month basically is just a run-on list of the things that happened during the month. Okay, I add photos, I add some fun embellishments. I use the same stamp set for 2023. I use kind of the same format for 2023, and that makes it really easy and approachable because I don't have to think really about what I'm doing. I just kind of do the same thing every month for that particular year. So that was August, that was September, right? You can see pretty much the same thing. Photos, stamp, some fun little icons, tell the story of that month, and then move on. There is October. Did something a little bit different when we did this in October. I created little film strips and tucked them in a little pocket that we made, but still photos, little embellishment, stamps, the list. So now we are ready for November. So let's get to a new spread here. Every time I am doing this, I print the photo out ahead of time, and the photo that I print out ahead of time. Okay, first I have to tell you, because this is going to look a little weird, though that is not flipping off the camera, okay? They're actually, this person is actually doing that. So just kind of keep that in mind. There is no flipping off of the camera there. Yes, that person is heavily tattooed. That person is not Sam, our son. That person is Post Malone. So just as I am kind of talking about the photos, I don't want you to be looking at that going, oh my gosh, she has a photo in there. Someone's flipping people off. No, it's doing one of those, actually 2 of those. Okay, so printed the photo ahead of time. This is a 5x7 photo. It is made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 separate smaller photos. And I use the Epson PictureMate PM400 printer to do this. That is my printer of choice. I use that printer on 99% of all of the photos that I print. The other 1% I don't use it for because I print full-size photos, or sometimes 6x8 photos, and that printer only prints 5x7, 4x6, and 3.5x5. So I shouldn't say only because it's pretty awesome. But 5x7 photo. And I use the Epson Creative Print app. That is an app that can be used with the printer. That app has pre-configured templates on it. So basically you pull up the app on your phone. That's how I use it on my phone, but you can use it. I think they have a desktop version, or you go to a website or something too, but I just always use it on my phone. I pick whichever little template that I want. In this case, I pick a 5x7 that has 8 photos on it. And then I just don't pop a photo on here because I like to, in that last spot, be able to put a little bit of embellishment. And then print it out. So it accesses the camera roll on your phone, and you pull the photos in, super easy, and it's a great way to get your smaller photos. And when I say smaller photos, this is a 5x7, but I could have smaller photos if then I wanted to cut those out. That is also how I did those little photo strips in that list about last month that we just looked at for October. So that started out as a 5x7. That was a 5x7, and I cut it apart, right, into vertical strips to make like little photo booth strips. Pamela said she got her Epson PictureMate printer last week. Yay, I think a lot of you did. A lot of you ordered. Them. They went on sale big time over Black Friday. Big time. I don't think even during the pandemic they got that low. I think they went as low in the US as $179. $199, they first went to $199, which was an incredible price. That printer, I don't know if they're still on sale. I have linked it in the description box of the video down below, so worth a shot if you missed out on that sale. Maybe it's still going. Colleen, did I see the TV special Christmas at Graceland? Post Malone performed. I did not. I'm gonna have to go look for that, Colleen. I would love to see that. All right. So this is a 5x7. The inserts that I use are 5 inches wide by 8¼ inches tall. So they're standard wide inserts. I need to trim this down just a little bit. The reason for that is 5x7, 5x7, except this is a little bit narrower than 5x7 because you lose a couple millimeters from the binding or stapling in the center. So we need to go ahead and just trim this down just a titch. Just a little tiny bit. Just a little. All right. Oh, goodness. That was not, no, it was straight. It's straight. It just looks like it's not. That's so weird. For some reason, I must have done, I don't know. I did something when I was printing. I'm not going to worry about it because you won't see it once I adhere it. You won't see it. Let's see. Debbie says she uses her Silhouette software to create and print different size photos. Yes, absolutely, Debbie. There are a number of different tools that you can use to print different sized photos. And there are quite a few that are free that you can find on, in the App Store. One also is the Project Life app. I just always use this one because it works so well. It's designed to work with that Epson PictureMate PM400 printer. So it's the Epson Creative Print app. But yes, Debbie, thank you. There are a number of different tools. You don't have to have that printer in order to print smaller photos by any means. Because really, you're not printing smaller photos, right? You're printing regular size photos, 5x7 or 4x6. And then if you want your smaller ones, then you're just trimming them from kind of your base sizes. Roberta said she sent the PictureMate printer to her son-in-law to get for her daughter's Christmas gift. He was thrilled. Oh my gosh, Roberta, I bet he was so thrilled to have a really good suggestion for something to get his wife, right? It was very funny in the Layle by Mail Facebook group earlier this week. Someone, was it Vicky Jones? Maybe. I want to say maybe Vicky Jones had posted that her husband was looking for ideas for her for Christmas. And she said he got as desperate as Googling what to get women for Christmas, which I thought was so funny. She shared that in the group. And so she sent him a link to, I think the I Love Reading Traveler's Notebook kit on my website. And she said she thinks he bought it. Now, I can't tell her if he did or not, right? I actually know. I actually know when people buy you gift certificates and gift cards and presents and things, because I see orders come through, right? I mean, not specifically for Vicki Jones, but for a lot of you, right? But I never tell. Hi, Virginia from Barcelona. Virginia, your prize shipped Thursday or Friday. So it'll take a couple weeks for you to get there, because that's just post between the US and Spain, but prize shipped. All right, so there we go. There's my start. I put my photo down. I did my little outlining and I'm ready to roll. One of the things that we will do is we will stamp, right? Because I always, for this list, I always stamp. Before I even think about stamping on this page, I need to always double check to make sure that I'm not going to ruin something that was behind it. What I mean by that is sometimes when you're stamping, depending on how prominent the stamp is, like when I say prominent, I mean, these are pretty big, right? They're pretty big, pretty solid. How prominent they are, how thin your paper is, the color of ink that you're using. So for example, something like that, that is a pretty prominent stamp, right? Where it says news. Now this is really thin paper because it's just like a big composition notebook, but we always need to be aware when we're stamping what happened on the back side, right? So look at, do you see how that is shadowing or ghosting on the back side? Now I realize there's a lot stamped on there too, but right there, you can totally see the shadowing or ghosting of that news stamp on the back side. So it's important before you start stamping in something like this, where you have something already on the back page, that you check before you start stamping. Here I'm okay because any of the shadowing or ghosting is not going to show because there's a piece of pattern paper over that. So just wanted to mention that before we start on our stamping. I need to add a little decorating here, right? And this was a little bit of a tough one. November is always a little bit of a tough one for me when it comes to doing about last month. The reason for that is a lot of my Novembers every year are Christmas because I am traveling and teaching at Christmas events. So that was a Christmas event, lots of red and green. This was a Christmas event, lots of red and green. I also did some decorating for Christmas here in my craft room, lots of red and green. Even this one, I got my nails done red a little bit earlier than I normally do. So red. I always, for my November, I don't want it to be Christmas product for November because November for me is really not a lot about Christmas other than I do a lot of travel teaching Christmas things during the month of November, but I'd still like it to be a little bit more non-Christmassy. So as I was looking through the different collections that I have, I pulled out Moonlit Garden, Moonlit Magic, not Moonlit Garden. Moonlit Magic from Crepe Paper, because as I was kind of looking at colors and different colors that I had used in my photos, and I started looking at some of the different colors in the collection, I thought, you know what, there are some things in here that I could make work that really aren't Christmas, but could kind of pull in some of those a little bit more muted colors, right? I mean, you're looking at that going, Layle, that's not muted. But these tones are a little bit more fall-y, right? The yellow, a little bit more fall-oriented as opposed to Christmas-oriented, but I can still work in some of those kind of same colors that are in my photos. So that's why I decided to go with this particular collection. So let's see what we want to do. This one I was instantly drawn to, probably because I do have a lot of red and green there, but I think I'm going to try to stay away from this one just because it is, it's not Christmas, but this time of year, when I see those two colors together, it definitely reminds me of Christmas. So let's see what we might be able to come up with otherwise. Now that would be a lot of white. That would also cover up a little bit of the red. That is kind of fun. That is a washi tape frame. Okay, so when I say washi tape frame, let me put something underneath this so you can see that it is a little bit, see how it's kind of a little bit translucent like you would expect washi tape to be? So that washi tape frame, that is from the Moonlit Magic paper repack. So this could go here. That would give me kind of a nice base to build something on. I don't know, we'll just lay those there for a minute. I know I wanted to pull in some of, oh, these guys. Now I just, as we were talking, I remembered I was thinking about cutting this little tag off and tucking it under the photo. So let's see if we can still do that. Even though I already adhered that, I might be able to pull it up a little bit. So there are a couple of months that are a little bit more challenging for me, just for me personally, oh yeah, that tucks right under there, no problem. So that little tag could go there if we wanted. That'll just give a little pop of color. I love this little guy. Maybe we do this. Maybe we put our little owl there. No, an owl has nothing to do with November, right? Ah, look at how much that changes. Just swapping out that color changes that so much. So I think I actually like that yellow there because it just tones that whole thing down a little bit. This, I think I love that, but it's a little bit too, I don't know, maybe a little bit too summery or springy, maybe especially paired with the butterflies. So I like that direction that we're headed there. I think, let's look at some of the stickers. Tracy's Treasures 24, good morning, said, how did I forget about the live today? Remembered it earlier, then just remembered. Darn brain fog. You know what you guys can do? If you subscribe, and it doesn't cost you anything, you just hit subscribe on my YouTube channel and hit the little notification bell. It will remind you that live is going to happen. And then I believe that it tells you when it's starting. So that's not a bad thing to do. All right, so 12 by 12 sticker sheets. I need something, a little bit more something up here. So I wonder what that could be. Now I'm totally distracted because I'm also kind of thinking back to that pink for a minute. It might be nice to put that little right there. Look at that. I think that's okay, even though they're flowers. All right, we're gonna commit. I need to pull this up before I put too many things down. We're going to commit. Ooh, you know what? Where's the washi? Where is the washi for this collection? I just realized it is not in my container. Because I might like, okay, well, washi's not here, so not sure what I did with that. Maybe I could pull, let's see if we can make something work. We'll make something work. Yeah, no idea where that is. So I have some strips here. We'll come back to, okay, well, I have these, but I don't really, that purple is not really that purple's not going to happen. So now I need, oh my gosh, darn it. I really wish I knew where that washi was. That always perplexes me because, okay, just hang on. I'm just looking in a spot because all the product in the collection goes into its own little container. And container, that did not have it in it. All right, okay. So I'm gonna have to get a little creative here. We're gonna get a little creative. So I'm actually going to take, let's see if I can make part of this work. If I cut part of that as a strip, if I can make it work. These strips would work, but I don't really need that black star. That would be fun in like a December for sure. And the purple is not something I really wanna go with. So nothing there. I can go with a strip of paper. This is what we're going to do. We're going to go with, Can I make that work? I think I can make that work. Because I liked that look, but that's not really wide enough. So we'll make this work. The flowers are just going to end up being sideways, but you won't really tell. Okay, let's see. Alexis said, how do you get your list for all the happenings from the month prior? So Alexis, when I do about last month, these are all things that happened in my world. We also do another list every month that's called In the News, which happens from different things that are not in my world. So the way that I get my things for this list is I keep a note on my phone throughout the month. I keep a note on my phone just of the different things that happened. And then when I sit down to kind of make my list, I make my list here in my handy dandy little notebook. I also look at the photos on my camera roll. So putting those things together, then that's how I kind of remember what's going to be on my list, if that's the question that you're asking. All right, so we're going to use this. We'll make this kind of like a little makeshift washi strip, and I'm just going to tear that. So I just tore the end. That makes it look a little bit more like washi in my book. Sharon, thank you, Sharon. Sharon said, I've always admired your style for years, Layla. And then she said, autocorrect GER. I will tell you guys, with me, never feel bad that if you say Layla instead of Layle, because I've had this name for a really long time, and that has been happening ever since there was autocorrect. So it happens more than you would think, really all the time. And I know that people know my name. I just know that autocorrect likes to kind of wreak havoc with it. So don't ever worry. No need to ever apologize. I just say, if I had a penny, even a penny, for every time that happened, I would be a rich woman. I guess you'd have to take inflation into account though, so maybe not as rich as we'd think. Cindy, Creative Cindy said, where do you get your handy dandy notebook from? Cindy, it is something that I made 2 years ago, back in October of 2022. I know that, 2021, because that's the first time I used it. That's the first date in here. I made it. And then I've used it every Saturday since. And the first couple times I pull it out and continuing, but the first couple times I pulled them out, people said, oh my gosh, what is that? I need one of those. And I said, well, this is the book that I use to do all of our planning for our Saturdays. It wouldn't make sense for you to have one of these. And people are like, oh no, yes, it would. We really want one of those. So yes, there are 2 different versions on the website at laylebymail.com. And you'll also always find this under the What I'm Using link here in the description box of the video. So I modified it just a tad. There are things that you don't need in there, like who the winners were and what the prizes are for the current week, but pretty much everything else is the same. Then there are also sections for listing ideas. There are sections for bullet ideas, title ideas, layout ideas, double pages, single pages. Anyhow, there is a printed and bound version on the website. And then there is also a download version so that you can just download it and print and bind it or whatever you want yourself. All right, so there we go. There's that little frame. Now you can see how that's really kind of transparent, translucent, right? You can see through part of it. But that just kind of fills in a little bit more of that white space that I have there. Terry said, I think this might have been the first Layle by Mail exclusive. Close, Terry. I think the scatter stamp set. I think the scatter stamp set was probably the first one, but very close, right? Because they all kind of happened around the same time. All right, that little guy can go in there. There, I kind of now just made it a little bit more kind of fall-ish looking, right? Fall-ish, not Christmas. That's just what I was trying to do, is get it so it was not so Christmas looking. And you know what? Sometimes I'm just going to say, unfortunately, it's not unfortunately, but The way that it is that Christmas is a big part of my life, starting out in early early November, just because of all the travel teaching I do, and teach my, usually, doing a number of things, but teaching my December documented book every year, a couple of different events during the fall. All right, so there we go. There's a start. And what's interesting, that little blue there, that little kind of same blue there, really kind of coordinate with that little blue in the cup. Coordinate. That just reminded me of something I saw, and I have to follow up because I didn't follow it to see what it said. But anytime I think like coordinate or match, always makes me think of Stacy and Clinton from What Not to Wear. Okay. I just saw something yesterday on social media that maybe they're back. I don't know. Remember What Not to Wear? I used to love that show. Now, if I wanted to, I think all right. I would like to, I think, pick up a little bit of yellow in here, a little bit more yellow. So if I layer this one, this is also a washi sticker from, okay, so this will be interesting. This is a washi sticker from the Moonlit Magic paper repack. If I put that down, yeah, that's what I was afraid of. So see how I put that down? I'll put it down and then lift it right back up, but just so you guys can see. It's a little too translucent because then you can see that underneath it. And I don't know. I mean, it just kind of bothers me a little bit. So I'm not going to go with that. I will not go with that. I will look for something else that's a little bit same color, but translucent. I mean, not translucent, opaque, right? Okay, so what I could do, I have this little guy, this little admission. So it's really too tall, okay? It's too tall. So I can either cut part of it off or I can try to slide it under there. I think it's going to be easier to cut part of it off at this point. So if we cut, I want to say probably about right there. Sure, why not? I think that'll work. Look at, now we have the size that we need. I know those tickets are fun, aren't they? So, okay, well, it would work if I was going there. I mean, I suppose I could go up there. Yeah, let's just go up there. We'll do that. All right, so now we'll cover up part of the kitchen. It's the kitchen in our house. That was from last weekend when our son Jack and his girlfriend and her dad came to town for Thanksgiving. And of course, anytime Jack comes to town, the rule is he has to make dinner one night. Because Jack is a chef. And so the deal is, there's a couple deals. Number one, the deal is it can't be too adventurous because he likes adventure cooking. Well, I mean, he likes to do some interesting things sometimes, and his mother, AKA me, does not have a stomach for that. So, I say it can't be too far out there. The little bit far out there thing that he does, he makes a really good risotto, but he makes it with bone marrow. And so he goes to the store and gets the bones and then boils them and the marrow comes out, yeah, all that. So I kind of can't think too much about that. That is, yeah. Cooking in the kitchen. That night, if you're curious, he made like a surf and turf, but it was totally different surf and turf. The surf scallops, and he made bacon jam with the scallops and risotto and then some steak. It was such a good meal. So Nick and Jack and Sam were all in the kitchen. Now, this little thing that I have left over, if I wanted, I could do, just kind of break off one of those little parts of the ticket, and it is upside down, but that writing is so small, you're not even going to see it. I could probably just do another little layer right up there. And then it will kind of maybe help all of that flow a little bit, right? So I think we'll do that. Except I am going to nip this little guy off. So Virginia said, will he cook the Christmas Eve's dinner? He will not, because he will not be here. He lives in Washington State. And we live in Utah, Virginia. So that he lives about a 2.5 hour flight away. And because he works in the restaurant industry, he will not be home for Christmas. So usually the last couple of years they've come for Thanksgiving instead of Christmas. But if he was here, absolutely he would. Absolutely he would make the meal, or he'd participate in the meal. Participate in making the meal. How about that? How about that? Yeah, it is. We don't get to see him. We don't get to see him Christmas time, but it's nice. We get to see him at Thanksgiving. All right. So before we continue on, we need something down here, right? We kind of have this big old hole right there that we created. We have some trapped white space, right? It's kind of trapped. It's why it looks so odd, because there's just this blank space right there that is screaming for put something here, put something here, right? Okay, so let's see what we want to put there. I'm thinking maybe we could look at, where are they, Layle? Okay, well, I swear I had them out here, friends. All right, maybe not. I know I'll find them later as I'm cleaning up. I'll be like, oh, there they are. Well, I was looking for puffy stickers. I know I have puffy stickers in this collection, but okay, that's all right. Let's look and see if we can find something from the sticker book. From the sticker book. I'm just kind of looking at the back side to see. Oh, I know. Guess what? Guess what? There is absolutely 100% a sticker here that we will use. And it is the perfect one. Like, it could not be more perfect. Look at that little squirrel. I love it. TK. Hello, TK. TK said, did Layle talk about next year's All About Last Month kit and class yet? I have not, TK. I'll talk about that as we're working on this. So, and actually, I'll also talk about, oh, look at, he's perfect there. So cute. Okay, there's our little squirrel. I need to just cut off part of his tail because I had it bleed over the edge. I don't like things to stick out the edge. All right, that's cute. So there, that's kind of, look at how that worked out. Color-wise, we ended up with some yellow and yellow and yellow, some blue and blue tying in with the blue. That yellow kind of ties in a little bit with the gingerbread house colors. We have the gray and the squirrel, the gray and the owl, and then that butterfly obviously ties in the yellow. You have the pink in the flowers, the pink in the little words on the ticket, and then the pink in the stamp. So it all kind of worked its way together. Now still, look at, we still have red. And you know what? I chose not to use red for November. And so I'm dealing with the red. The red is red, and that's okay. But we kind of made everything else work together. So I'll talk about that in one sec. I'll talk about that in 1 second, TK, about that, the kit for 2024. Let's look at colors. It's funny. Rustic Wilderness is at the very top right now on my swatch book of inks. Nita, are you still here? It's funny, Nita, when you popped in earlier, I'm like, you popped into my head. I mean, I'm like, Nita. And I couldn't remember why. And I just remembered why, because we were talking about an email yesterday, your swatching. Did that work out? Tell me, I'm curious, because that was very interesting, what we were chatting about. Okay. But Rustic Wilderness was just at the very top, and I hadn't pulled it out that way, but it was at the top. So Rustic Wilderness actually could be a nice color to work into here, because actually Rustic Wilderness goes really well with that color, and then it would kind of pull in that, and then maybe help to pull in a little of the green. So if we used Rustic Wilderness, then I feel like, this is gonna be a shocker, that we should use some of that yellow in our stamping. So if we did Rustic Wilderness, let's figure out what yellow that would be. So I am going through my swatches here. Fossilized amber. Ooh, maybe those two together. So I'm going through my swatches. These are swatches that I have made of my different Distress Oxide inks. For me, that is probably, really not probably, anytime I stamp, if I am stamping with a color other than black, I am pulling this out, my swatch book, because it's much easier for me to pull out my swatch book and find the colors that I want to stamp with, as opposed to like pulling out all of mine. Now, all of mine would consist of a lot. Even if I was just looking at the greens, I might have 6 or 7 different greens that I'd pull out green and then, you know, pull all these out going, is that the right green? Is that the right green? Is that the right green? So having them swatched is very helpful. I'm just looking now for, what is that one? Rustic Wilderness. This is another reason why I find it helpful. How about that? Why I find it helpful to swatch my inks, to actually stamp with them. Because look at the difference in Rustic Wilderness. Look at the color difference. Now, you may look at that and go, well, that's green, Layle, that's green. But that green looks very different printed on a slick paper than it does actually stamped on a project. So, and I don't know if you can see it as much, but I can really see it. So you get a much truer representation of what the stamped image is going to look like if you were looking at a swatch versus looking on that. All right, so Rustic Wilderness, Fossilized Amber, and I think we'll probably just use black for the 3rd stamp. So I use 3 stamps whenever I do this. I use, everything is from the 2023 About Last Month stamp set, one of my stamp sets. So I need NOV for November. And I need About Last Month. So there are 2 different kind of phrases that you could use, About Last Month and Month in Review. So I'm going to use About Last Month because that's the one I always use. And then the year 2023. All right. So there are the 3 that I need. Let me grab my, guess what I forgot to do? You guys, I need literally 30 seconds. I need to go wet my chamois. So hang tight. I just run and wet that, and then we'll be ready to roll. I always forget that. I should have a list of things that I do before, but I just think I know, and I wouldn't look at the list and then I forget. So there we go. Yes. Creative Cindy, absolutely. Time for a hydration break. Okay, hydration break. Me too. I'll take a quick sip of water. Creative Cindy also asked, are my stamps photopolymer? Yes, ma'am. They are photopolymer made in the good old US of A. Very high quality. Photopolymer, for the most part, and I won't say 100% across the board because I don't know, but photopolymer stamps, very high quality, and generally give you a much nicer, cleaner impression than an acrylic stamp. Hence the price difference. There is a price difference between acrylic and photopolymer, but in my opinion, there's also a quality difference. Angie, that's funny. Angie said, I have that swatching stamp for a while and still need to do it. Every time I pull my inks out, I kick myself, right? You just need a rainy day. All right, so I think what I will do, I have the 3 stamps and I'll end up using, like I said, 3 different colors, but let's look at how those might look. Well, in this one I used 4 because I used Lost Shadow to do kind of a background shadow there, but I won't do that. So the month stamp is definitely the most prominent color. And then About Last Month is the second most prominent, and then the year is obviously the 3rd. So as I look at that, do we want the yellow to be more prominent? Or do we want the green to be more prominent? I don't know. This is how I'm going to test it. I am going to open up my little testing swatch book, or my testing notebook, because I always say you should test stamp any and every time before you actually stamp. Even if you have already used your stamp a bunch of times and you know exactly what it looks like and you know the color because you love the color so much, you should always still test. You always should still test for a number of reasons. Number one, you want to make sure that you're still going to like the way it looks with what you're pairing it with. Number two, you want to make sure that you do not have any like lint or fuzz or maybe a little hair or something on the stamp, because if you do, that will mess with the impression of the stamp once you stamp with it. You also want to make sure, especially if you're working with like alphabet stamps, that you've spelled something correctly. But just a good idea to make sure, always test stamp first. So I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm gonna try this one. I think I might want November in that fossilized amber. So I'm going to ink that up, get that nice and inked up. I'm using a Distress Oxide ink. It's a pigment-based ink. I love me a good pigment-based ink. This is not a technical term. It's a term that I use. I call it a juicy ink. For me, I love a really good, solid stamped impression. Now, I don't think I got enough ink. Let me clean that again. I noticed I should have cleaned it first because it looked like it had a little bit of like dried ink on it from when I used it last, before I started putting the ink on it. So I didn't get it quite filled in. So all I did, I took out my chamois, I cleaned it off, and then I want to make sure to fully dry that before I put ink on it again. I'm using a microfiber cloth. So chamois I have on my website, microfiber cloth I have on my website, but I'm using a microfiber cloth. I want to make sure to dry that completely before I re-ink. The reason why I want to dry it completely, pigment-based ink is water reactive. So if I don't dry that and there's still any kind of water, dampness, moisture on that stamp, it is going to react with water. And unless it's something I want it to do, I'm probably not going to like the way that it looks. You see that happen a lot of times, like in a blue or in a green, if it reacts with water. And now I can see I have a little like hair on there. Do you see that little right there? If I don't take that off, then I will have a little space there where there's no ink because that little hair was in the way. All the things that we do to test before we actually stamp on our project, right? We want to set ourselves up for success. We're liking what we're doing. All right, so let's see now. There we go, much better. So, do you see how right there, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just don't particularly care for that. I like to have a nice solid impression. So when that happened, there was some space. The ink had probably pooled a little bit right there. And so I just cleaned it off and dried it off well, re-inked, and then stamped again, and then there we go. All right, so now the other thing that I can do, now that I have that stamped, and I'm like, okay, I think that's what I'm going to like, I think, right? Maybe. Then I can take the little About Last Month. Will it fit on there? Nope. Take my little About Last Month and ink it up with the Rustic Wilderness and see if I like that combination or if I need to flip it. But I think for November, I think I'm going to like the more prominent yellow, because with the green, I think the green will make it look a little bit too Christmassy. Okay, so there we go. And then the last one that I will do is this little guy. Look at that. Did you see that? If you didn't see it, I now have, that is the first of 2 new acrylic stamping blocks that I have. And when I say the first of 2, the first one would be the stylus, right? The stylus that we use for the little bullet stamps. But now that little guy, 1.625 inches wide. One of the things that you can do for yourself to set yourself up for success when you're stamping. So 2023, I know that looks kind of black, right? But once I put it here, and then I have some black kind of over in here, and then I do my writing in black, that black won't look so like stark, okay? Because I think right now as I look at it right here, it looks pretty stark, but once we get it down, I think it'll look nice. So when it comes to stamping, there's some things that I've learned the hard way, right? No one ever told me when I first started stamping some of the things that I should do, like to prime your stamps, like to really clean your stamps thoroughly. I'm going to start all over on that one. To really clean your stamps thoroughly, to dry them really well before you use them. The right size stamping block can make a huge difference when you're stamping. So a really kind of over-exaggerated example of this would be using this stamping block with that little tiny stamp. Now I can do that, right? Obviously it fits, but it gets a little bit harder to handle. I mean, this is easy to handle, but it's hard to handle when you have a little tiny stamp and you want to make a nice even impression, because it's going to kind of, you don't exactly know where to press, how to press. Well, you know how to press, but if the block is too big, sometimes you'll get a skewed impression if it's a smaller stamp. So I think, in my opinion, having multiple different size stamping blocks is a good thing, so you can have the right size, right? The right tool for the job, as opposed to kind of lowest common denominator. If you have one stamping block, but you have large stamps, you might have to go with something that is, you might just have to have, well, this set works really well because it has 4 in it, but if you only had one stamping block, then you'd have to have a big one, and then you'd use the big one for all of your stamps, even the little tiny stamps, which just can make things a little bit harder. Still works, but just makes things a little bit harder sometimes. All right, so as I'm getting ready now to stamp, because I cannot take this page out, I can't take the page out of my traveler's notebook, right? It is stapled into the book. There's something that I want to do to make my stamping a little bit easier on me. If I put a pencil board, so that is a pencil board. It is a flat surface. Pencil board's a flat surface designed to be put underneath something to then stamp or write on. So I've just given myself like a faux flat surface because I can't take this page out and stamp directly on my tabletop. So if I put that guy here, then I have a nice flat surface for my stamping. Pencil board, you can make your own pencil board. You can make it out of thicker chipboard. You could go to the dollar store and cut up like one of their really thin plastic cutting boards, as long as it doesn't have a lot of texture on it. So there's a lot of different things you can do, but then I also make them and sell them. All right, so one other thing before I stamp that I need to double check, I always like to reference about where I stamp every time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that line on the stamp is usually about 5 lines down, not about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right there, it's about where I want that to line up. I re-ink. I cleaned in between that just because it had been sitting there for a long time. Sometimes if you let your ink sit, parts of it will dry faster than others on the stamp, so that when you go to then re-ink, you may get a blotchy stamped impression because part of the ink is dry and then part is not. So that's why I cleaned it in between. Now, normally if you're stamping, you're probably not taking all this time in between like I have because I've been chatting and talking. So you may not need to do that in between. Okay, there we go. When I stamp, I want to stamp with intention, right? I want to press firmly. I don't want to rock it. If I rock it, I am going to apply different pressure at different points on the stamp. So in certain areas, that stamp is going to flatten out a little bit, which means the stamped impression is going to get kind of thick in certain areas, which I don't want to do. Okay, there we go. Lovely. Nita, If it did not fix it, I want you to try a different color. Let's see if it's the ink. Okay, so abandon the color you were trying to test or swatch and try a different color ink and see if that fixes it. Nita and she sent me a picture earlier this week. She was swatching her inks, and one of the colors, it completely pooled on her stamp. And so when she stamped it, it was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Like there was only like a little bit of ink here and a little bit of ink here, even though her entire stamping block was inked. So her entire stamp was inked. So we had that happen. I had that happen to me when we were using orange a couple weeks ago. And I used the orange once and it worked, and then used it again. It totally didn't work. And so I switched to another orange, cleaned it, and then everything worked fine. So, Nita, let's see if it's the color. Let's see if maybe there's something going on with that ink pad. All right. There we go. There's about last month. And I still have that pencil board underneath, right? That's my friend. I want to have that there. So let's put that there. Again, I don't want to rock it. I want to nice firm impression. There we go. Look how nice and crisp that is. That's a photopolymer stamp for you. While I'm stamping, I'll do the 2023 next. So I'm going to talk about the 2024 project kit that TK was asking about as I'm doing that. So this will be my 4th year of doing a project kit. It's called Year in Review. And it is a Traveler's Notebook project kit and class that will go up for pre-sale in late-ish December. I am waiting for some product samples. There's some things that I'm having manufactured and I'm waiting for product samples. So I say it will go up late-ish December. It will go up in December. It just depends on when I get my samples. And it will ship in mid to late January, and then we'll do class in early February. All right, so what it is a kit and class that we will create our Traveler's Notebook for the full year and doing it this style, okay? So doing a month setup, so getting kind of everything decorated with the exception of photo, and doing all of our stamping for the entire year. There will be a brand new, did I clean that yet? There will be a brand new 2024 About Last Month stamp set. That is, the majority of it is my own handwriting. And I don't say that because I think that's special. Because I would really rather have it not be my own handwriting, because it's no fun for me to use when it's my own handwriting. But I get lots and lots and lots of requests to do more stamps using my own handwriting, because apparently you guys like my handwriting. So the 2024 About Last Month stamp set is always included. Well, the stamp set every year is always included in the project kit, but it's also available a la carte if you don't want to do the project kit. But it'll be a 6x8 and it will have everything that you need on it to do basically what we're doing. But brand new design. Oh, I'm missing some things. Okay, let's see. Wanda said, as a retired preschool teacher, she always thinks of each month with a particular color. Always made the calendar for each month. I bet. Question, I just put the chamois in my cart, but cannot find the egg bowl that is holding your clock. It is not something that I carry, Mitch. It is a salt cellar. It is actually linked in the description box of the video down below. One of you guys turned me onto this, and I think it's fantastic because it's a salt cellar, so it's meant to keep your salt dry in moist climates, but I use it for my stamp chamois. So as I'm working, it's a nice place to put my stamp chamois. But here's a little public service announcement. Do not leave your wet stamp chamois in the little salt cellar with the door closed, because it will dry and then it will smell not so good. You know, like if you have like a dish rag or something that's wet and then it gets dry and it smells not so good. That's what happens. So that's what that is, a little salt cellar. And I bought it on Amazon, but it's linked in the description box of the video down below. Karen said, just saying your handwriting is pretty and artistic. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know, it's just there, it's part of me, but thank you. All right, so there we go. So we managed to turn some very Christmas photos into a spread that is not so Christmas, right? Okay, last thing I need to decide on before we kind of get going is, look at, I think that guy might go right there. I think that might go right there. A little bit more yellow and it'll kind of tie that in a little bit more. I don't know. Now I have this weird space going here. I'll have to figure out something for that. I really wish I knew where, let's look back to this then. I really wish I knew where my, the puppy stickers are for this. What's wrong with me? I don't know where the puppies are or the washi. All right, let's see. I suppose a little star could go down there, right? A little star could go down there maybe. Or a little one of these maybe. What if, oh, what about one of these leaves? Okay, hang on. Hold please. Hi, Jetsy girl from Australia. Maybe there? Well, it's there. It's stuck now because it is a clear sticker, so it's just going to live there. I don't really love it because now it's very much a triangle, but it's fine. The way that I'll actually fix it, now that I think about it, if I put one more of those over here, it will be a little bit better. So let's do that. Let's grab maybe just this little leaf right here. And then that will help to kind of break all that up just a tad. Just a tad. Now the other thing that I could have done, if I did not have some things like this, little leaves, I could have pulled in the Mini Icons Fall Stamp Set. So we used that last week in my purple spread. I did purple, totally not me. But I just stamped those little leaves from the Fall Mini Icon set. So that would be, if I did not have little stickers like that and I was looking for something to fit, that would work totally. Totally. Like totally. I don't know. I don't really love that guy there. So now what, Layle? Now what? Now what do I do? Oh no, that's way too big. Well, I may just be going back to this because now it just needs it. So it may just live there. Let's look one more time and see if we can find something else here that we might like. A little deer. I don't know, a deer could go there maybe. Let's see. Let's see if we like the deer. Bambi could work. No, I feel like it's too small. This is so heavy down here. I feel like that scale is just too small. I think we need to go back to, that butterfly. We just need something that's larger scale, I think. Yeah. We're going to put this little guy here. I'm just going to use my tape runner because even though it is acetate, even though, so see how it's acetate? You can see like my skin right there. Even though it's acetate, if I put my tape runner behind that colorful part of the butterfly, you won't even see it. Okay, there we go. There we are. So now we're ready for our list. After all that, now normally if I wasn't here talking to you guys and explaining lots of different things, this list would probably take me, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes, 40 minutes, 35 minutes. It wouldn't take as long as it takes me here. It just takes a lot longer with all of the explaining. So, but I do see something that I need to do. That's too weird by itself. So we're going to take this guy and put it right there. It was too little. Better. I think that's better. All right. So now we're ready for our listing. I need my pen and I need a bullet stamp. So, ooh, I bet. Where is it? Where is it? I haven't quite put it away yet, but brand new. Bullets and More 3. New stamp sets are live, right? We talked about that. 5 new stamp sets are live and in stock and shipping. Started shipping Thursday afternoon. This is one of the 5, the List Builder Bullets and More. 3, so there are 3 now bullet stamp sets. I would say the bullet stamp sets are my most used stamp sets. That's why I did a 3rd one, because we just use them a ton for our listing. So I think, what do I want to use here? I think there's 72 more little guys on here. You know, I could use, what if I did this? What if I just kind of carry this a little bit further? This little leaf thing, this little leaf right there, that little guy. Okay, so we're going to go with that. I am going to take out the new and improved. Oh my goodness, Terry, thank you. Halfway mark. Okay, we'll be good. The new and improved stamping stylus. So the OG stamping stylus, the original, is now retired. It is retired. This is the brand new and improved. The difference between the two, the biggest difference is that the end is now polished, laser polished. So you can actually see through the end, and because it's polished, it makes it much easier for your little stamps to stick on the end. Okay, so for the stamps to stick on the end, the edge is also laser polished. So with that, and I have in the I don't know, 10 days I've been shipping those. You guys have already third of them are gone already, which that's a lot considering that is a lot considering that I'd already had the original stylus, I don't know, maybe about 2 years. All right, so what the stylus is for, it takes a little tiny stamp like that. It's a little teeny tiny stamp block, right? But it's really easy to work with and hold because it is about the size, a little bit thicker than a pencil. Our hand is really accustomed to holding something like that. Makes it really easy. The smaller the stamp, it's kind of like when we were talking about the right stamp block for the job. I could use this size stamp block for this little guy. Absolutely could. It just makes it a little bit harder for me to maneuver and work with. All right, so I think what I'd like to do, I'm thinking I might like to pull in like the brown for my little stylus, for my, we've got brown dead leaves, I guess. I mean, for my little stamp. Frayed burlap. I think this would be nice. While I look at this though, this is a really good example, friends, of what it looks like when a stamp was not completely dry before it was inked with a pigment-based ink, a water-reactive ink. Do you see in there? Do you see that discoloration? Do you see it kind of looks green? It kind of looks like copper patina. So it's almost like that was has the color of copper, and then that little green in there is the patina. That is because the stamp was not completely dry before it was re-inked and stamped again. Water reactive. So it's not a bad look, right? But that's really not what I'm looking for when I'm swatching my stamps. I want to really know what frayed, or swatching my inks, I want to really know what frayed burlap looks like. All right, so if we pull that out, and it's a stamp, right? It is a stamp, so I still test it to make sure that I like it. All right, stamp like this. It's important that I have not stamped with it before, so I'm doing something here on purpose. This is another good reason why you want to test your stamps first. Do you see how different those in the center look? That one versus that one. That's a really good example of what happens when you apply too much pressure. Okay, so that first stamp looks great. Look what happens when I apply too much pressure. That's a mess, right? That is a mess because I pressed down so hard, it completely smeared the ink. So when you have new stamps and you're not necessarily familiar with them, it's a good idea to test stamp first because you get an idea for how much pressure that you need to apply. I think one of probably the biggest misnomers when it comes to stamping is that you need to press really hard. You need to press harder when you have more surface area like that, but something like that, you really don't want to press too hard or you're going to end up with a big inky mess, right? And it's like, what the heck was that? What the heck was that stamp she was using? That doesn't really look like anything, right? Oh, it's because I pressed too hard. Sharon, I love that. That's probably one of the biggest compliments that you could give, in my opinion. Sharon said, I love when a product is made by someone who uses the items and just knows what we need. Thank you, Layle. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like I said, that is about one, in my mind, one of the best compliments that I could hear. I use all the products that I make, and usually the reason why I make a product is because it's necessity. You know what they say, necessity is the mother of invention, right? So usually I make a product because it's something I need. All right, so let's get going. We had the Lizzie Lou Christmas Bash in Anaheim. So to me, this is a very approachable way of journaling, okay? So when I talk about journaling, I'm talking about those of you that are scrapbookers that don't necessarily like to write in your projects because you don't know what to say and you feel like you have to be Ernest Hemingway and make this long, amazing, soliloquy of whatever happened in a photo. This is totally approachable because all you're doing, you're just writing the facts. You're just writing down what happened. So Nick had a CT scan for his heart. All is good. His cholesterol was a little bit high, and so doctor wanted to get a baseline, and that was all good, but that was, something that happened. Sam, our younger son, went to New Zealand for 2 weeks and ran into Post Malone in a bar. Post Malone, if you are not aware, is a musician, artist, singer, songwriter, I don't know. He has tattoos over a good portion of his face and hands. Hence, that is him. He is not flipping anyone off. He is doing this. So there is Sam with the biggest old grin on his face and Post Malone. Post Malone was not performing in the bar. He was, hang on, I taught my I Love Reading class, Traveler's Notebook class, taught, I can't write and talk at the same time if it's something different. There we go. One of their last nights in New Zealand, they went to this bar and walked in, and Sam sees Post Malone just sitting there at the bar. And Sam's like, that's Post Malone. And Sam's with his cousin. His cousin's like, Sam, just because someone has tattoos all over their face and hand doesn't mean it's Post Malone. And Sam's like, Seth, that's Post Malone. No one around him. So they walk up and Sam says, hey, are you Post Malone? And Post Malone says, yes, I am. And they proceeded to talk for about a half an hour. Sam bought him 2 beers. Post Malone lives in Utah, about 10 minutes from where we live. And so Sam's like, dude, you're never going to believe this. I'm from Utah. And so, yeah. But anyhow, Sam was like, he's a huge Post Malone fan. He has a little tattoo on his thigh, I don't know, Posty or something. I don't know what it is. But anyhow, so then he told Post Malone that he had a tattoo on his thigh, and they thought that was really cool, and he gave him a hug. And anyhow, yeah, so that was kind of exciting for Sam. Let's see. I taught at, let's see. Nick had a business trip. in Seattle. I taught at the 3 Craft Chicks. 3 Craft Chicks Candy Cane Lane Retreat. So, whoopsie, Lane Retreat. It's not all things that happened. I mean, it's things that happened, you know, to people in my life and me. That's what my list is for about last month. My dad had 2 doctor appointments that we took him to. It's funny, when I was teaching in Wisconsin at Sheila's Color in October, a woman came up to me, let's see, changed to my once a year red nails, and I did it early. My nail lady tucked me into doing it early. She's like, you know what, if you wait, then you'll only have like 3 weeks of red nails. And so I did it early. Oh, anyhow, the lady in Wisconsin said that she does this project with me, and it's awesome because every once in a while someone will say, hey, when did this happen? Someone in her family, and she'll go back and look, and she can tell them exactly what month and year it happened. Let's see. What a fun chance encounter, I know, right? Colleen said, I love the stories of spontaneous encounters with celebrities. Yes, I know, right? And I've had a couple. Well, that was Sam, vicariously through Sam, right? But I have a couple this fall, right? With Pink and then Jordan Rayner from The Voice. Okay, let's see. Nick and I, we did date night. We made candles. And we didn't make poke bowls, but we had poke bowls for dinner. So I'll just keep going. Let me look. Okay, 11:48. All right, I'm just gonna finish this up real quick and then we'll move on to the next 2 lists. Terry, question. Is it wrong to ask my husband to go drive around and look for the postman asking for a friend? I love that. That's so funny. I know you're waiting for your order today. My November stamp release. So this type of listing I call run-on, right? It's like a big run-on sentence, and then it just has a little stamp in between to break it up. Oh yes, we had my Black Friday sale. We had Thanksgiving at Nick's mom's. We had Jack and Kat and Kat's dad in town for Thanksgiving. All right, I think I am going to do this. I'm going to stop. I will finish this one up. Really, all I'm going to do to finish that up, I'm just going to finish adding the things on my list. So that if I stop now, I will do that later. We'll take a look at it when we're together again next. And that'll let us move on to our next list. Okay. Let me quickly move these things out of the way. One quick thing. That was the original. I need to get rid of the originals. Well, not get rid of, just move them out of here. One quick thing about your bullet stamps. Really good idea to get in the habit of cleaning them and putting them away right away. They're so small that if you don't do that, you run the risk of losing them. You know, like they're so small, one of those little guys can just fall right off the sheet, and that would be sad. Last thing I want to mention, though, very quickly about this. this is the last giveaway that I'll do of this kit this year because I'm down to like, I think the last 6. This is the first prize for today. It is the 2023 Year in Review Project Kit. So it's the class with everything that you need to put together your 2023 Year in Review month by month. So the way that you participate in the giveaways, leave a comment on the video when it's over. Not here in the chat, leave a comment on the video when it's over. And when we're together next, 2 weeks from today, I will draw, right before we start, 2 random lucky winners, and one of the winners will win that kit. And like I said, there's a couple more still on the website if you are interested in that. All right, let me just shove all this stuff off to the side, friends. Our next list, let's talk about our next list. Our next list, while I'm doing that, is, oh yes, things that remind me of Christmas. We are, obviously it's December, so we are now in the thick of things when it comes to the holidays. So every Saturday going forward, Christmas lists will be a big part of what we do. And we'll do at least 2 Christmas lists every Saturday going forward after this one. At least 2. I won't do all 3 just because I know for some of you, Christmas isn't your thing. Or Christmas is not a happy time of year for you. So I'd like it, you know, to have some opportunity if you'd like to do something besides Christmas. But it's big. It's big. It's this time of year. So that's what we're going to do. So the next list is things that remind me of Christmas. I am going to use the super cute Paige Evans Sugar Plum Wishes collection for this list. Whoopsie. I don't even know what I did with the... Like, I just got all this stuff out on Thursday. Where is it? No clue. There's some things I really need to deal with in this room, friends. Like putting a lot of stuff away. But that's for another day. Okay, so next list. Things that remind me of Christmas. Let's get out that collection. I haven't used this yet, and this one came out. This one's been out for a while. Am I planning on an all-dayer before the end of the year? Colleen, you know what? I am not sure. I am not sure. Karen had a suggestion I want to read. Karen said you should do more live giveaways versus in the comments because I never remember to come back in time, LOL. Yes. The reason I do the majority of the giveaways after the fact is because the majority of the people do not watch live. Depending on what we're doing and when it is, there's usually between 100 and on a big one, maybe 300 people that watch it live. But in a week's time, like taking the last video, for example, there were more than 2,000 people that watched it. So a lot of people watch the replay, and so I just want to make sure that people have opportunity, because that gives everyone an equal opportunity, whether you watch live or whether you watch Memorex, right? Whether you watch live or whether you watch the replay, then everyone has a chance to participate in the giveaways. So every once in a while, I do the live ones. When we do all dayers, though, I do lots of giveaways on the all dayers and lots of live ones then too. All right, so let's look. I've pulled out Sugar Plum Wishes. Let's see. I have not even looked at this collection, you guys, since I did the unboxing back in probably, I don't know, maybe August. It's been a really long time. I love that floral. So maybe, oh, I don't know. All right, I think because this reminds me a little bit more of Christmas than that floral. The floral is beautiful, but a little bit, maybe too much pink in it for me in terms of reminding me of Christmas. So let's, oh my goodness, look at, I gotta see what I want to use. That's so fun. That little gingerbread. Have you guys noticed, this is a huge trend right now that you see. I see this all over social media. People taking either like the white ceramic houses that you find at the dollar store, or the metal ones, like the metal colored metal ones, spray painting them brown and then taking a white chalk marker and then making them look like a gingerbread house. I see that all over social media these days. It's so fun. Ooh, that's beautiful too. I don't know. It's just such a fun collection. That's very reminiscent of, I'm also trying to decide right now if this is a 1-pager or 2 in my head. I think it's, and then the patterns repeat again. So 2 sheets each, there are 36 sheets. All right, I think it's going to be a 1-pager. So let's look. Those are the stickers. Okay, these little guys. Oh, no, we'll use a bunch of those little guys. I feel like I don't have one of the products here, maybe too. Okay, these are the die cuts. So still deciding on 1 page or 2. My nail chip the other day. That's the one thing I always forget. The one time a year that I wear red, that it's so much more noticeable when that naughty nice is really good. When you have a chipped nail. Oh. Okay. Look at that little guy right there. And I saw a Santa in here. Where's our little Santa? Kind of like that guy maybe for something. Isn't that funny? That reindeer is about the size of the houses that way, so that probably is not a good idea. Maybe not such a good idea. Santa, reindeers. Okay, first of all, Layle, reindeers is not a word. Reindeer is singular and plural. And second of all, there's only one on there. Oh my goodness, what a dingbat I am, huh? What a dingbat. Let's see. Karen said, I'm not a big fan of icon clutter on scrapbook page like the gingerbread one. Too much for me. So let's talk about that really quick. Let's just kind of talk about how you might use that if you were Karen. Number one, there's a lot going on in there, right? For sure. You could get out your little scissors and fussy cut some of those little icons. You could also trim maybe that much and have it just be a nice little border on your page. So you do all of your list over here and have a little border over there. So now I'm thinking of something, but not with that. Now I just got totally sidetracked, friends. Surprise, 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 right? What if this went here as a background? Or actually, this is a background, this over here. Hang on, just hang tight. Bear with me for a second. Just hang on for 1 second. I'm just thinking. Just thinking. Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do. I did not have a sketch for this one in my head. It's just, there's nothing. Look I had no sketches for any of them today. Nothing. All right, so what I'm going to do, this is going to be a 2-page list. I am going to take the little strip off of this one and I will trim this down to 4 3/4. When I am doing a base page like that, I always trim to 4 3/4. Our inserts again are 5 by 8.25 and the paper pad is 6 by 8. So 8, I'm already shy a quarter. So if I trim the width to 4 3/4, then I'm shy a quarter again and then it's all even. I need my little corner rounder here. Oh, there it is. Okay, good. Let me check chat because I know I missed something. Carmen, yes, Carmen. Carmen is wise. Carmen said commenting helps the algorithm push it out to more people that could be interested in the content, making more squirrel friends. Hit like if you haven't as well. Absolutely. The way that, and this is the way that any social media works, our lovely friends, the algorithms these days, right? The algorithm where social media thinks it knows better than you do what you want to see. So it puts things out there for you to see. It knows that partially by the different things that you look at or watch or like, but it also does that by, okay, we're going to just have a little strip of this, I think. Hang on. That's what we'll do. We'll take that little strip that we have left over from cutting. Sorry, I'm trying to think and talk at the same time, which doesn't work so well sometimes. Yes, the algorithm thinks you know what the algorithm doesn't think you know what you want to see. It thinks it knows what you want to see better. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, right? All of that to say, the way that it shows you things that it thinks you want to see. It's a very long, complicated algorithm, right? Calculation. But part of what it takes into account, if you've, let's say, watched videos about traveler's notebooks, just for example, in this case, or let's make it easy. Let's say you've watched emails about cooking chocolate cake. It thinks, watch emails, watch videos, golly. If you've watched videos about baking chocolate cakes, it thinks, oh, hey, guess what? I should show her more videos of people baking chocolate cakes, cooking chocolate cakes. You can tell I don't cook or bake. I should show her more videos. Now, how should I decide which videos to show her? Oh, I'll go look at all the videos out there, and the ones that have a lot of interaction, a lot of views, a lot of likes, a lot of comments, those must be really good ones because people like them. So I'll show her those. That's how the algorithm works. So what Carmen is saying, if you comment, leave comments on my videos, if you do thumbs up on my videos, YouTube will show you more videos like this from me and from other people, but also will show other people videos like this. That's how we gain new friends, right? That's how we get new people a lot of times finding us. When I say, oh my gosh, how did you find me? And they say, oh, YouTube recommended. YouTube suggested this video and I watched it. Now I'm hooked. Okay, there we go. I know, I'm an hour out. It's really hard anymore for a 3 hour, you guys. It just is. I always have aspirations that we can do 3 lists in 3 hours, and we can't. I know better. But that's all right. We'll just go until I have to be done, and then we'll end up with a longer one. I don't know, maybe next weekend. I gotta look. There's a lot going on. There is a lot happening in the month of December, so we'll see. Because someone earlier had asked if we'd be doing an all-dayer at some point this month, and I don't think I answered yet. We'll see if we can make it happen, okay? We'll see if we can make it happen, because last week we were going to do 4. We did not do 4. And I had it on the blog post, and honestly, I have no idea what happened to it. I had it on the blog post saying that the one that we did not, the one we did not finish last week is on the schedule now for, the one we didn't finish, when we didn't even start, is now on the schedule for the 15th when we're together again. Holy Hannah. All right, there we go. My list will be there. We're going to put our little guy here. And then I think we'll put little Santa. Where'd little Santa go? We'll put little Santa over here. Santa! We lost Santa. All right, friends, where did Santa go? Is he on the floor? No. Is he in here? Heavens. Layle. Okay, take a deep breath and slow down. Do you guys see Santa? Anyone? Oh yeah, I can't go on today. I would totally go on. Oh, here he is. There he is, I found him. I would totally go on, but I can't. Nick and I are gonna go. Nick has a friend from high school that wrote a book, and he's doing, I don't know, some bookstore thing. And so we're gonna go to that. I think while I kind of have out still Rustic Wilderness, I am going to ink the edges of that paper. It's really hard for me to not do things, to like slow down and not do something. Hang on, what have I got going on there? Put that there. Okay, so I want to ink the edges with Rustic Wilderness. Put that on there. Let me get a wipe. So I'm back to my oxide again. And I'm using a little dauber that is pre-inked, already inked, because that's what I want to use that one for, with Rustic Wilderness. Ink that up. And I'm going to ink the edges of this just to give it a little bit more green in there. It'll kind of soften that white. It's not quite the exact color, but I didn't take the time to better match, but you'll never know. You'll never know. No one's gonna know. No one's gonna know. Oh my goodness, an all day for New Year's Eve? Is that on the 31st? I think it is, huh? I think New Year's Eve is on the 31st. Is that right? I don't have my calendar on the wall still says November. I don't know. I'll have to see where our plans are for New Year's. I'll have to see if Nick and I have plans for New Year's, what I think we might be doing. But if nothing, that could be kind of fun, right? Whoopsie, got a little bit more there. Put the ones you're auditioning for the page on the left side. That would be smart to put them over here. I know, sometimes the creative process gets a little messy and stuff gets everywhere. Really what would be nice is if I had someone here and I just said, here, I think I'm going to use this, hold it. Hold it. Oh, New Year's Day. Oh, okay, Jane. Well, thank you for letting me know. Now it really depends on what we do on New Year's. Because if we do something on New Year's, I don't know if I'm up for that on New Year's Day. I mean, it's not like I get all wild and crazy anymore, but you know. Oh, whoopsie. Whoopsie, whoopsie. Oh, okay. Guess what I just realized after dropping that? I did not put back down my work mat. Which is a little living on the edge here. All right, there we go. There's that. So now I need a title, and my title is Reminds Me of Christmas. I don't need to say things that. I think I'm just going to say reminds me of Christmas. So, reminds me of Christmas. I'm going to do something that I did last week. Let me walk over here and grab all right, so last week I used one of the clear stickers from Pretty Little Studio. So that was a clear sticker from Pretty Little Studio. And it actually had words on it that I did not want. It said Christmas is doing a little something extra for someone. So I just cut that part away. I think I'll do the same thing here with this Christmas. I'll just cut the part that is away that says it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, because I don't really need that there, right? Because I want this to just say, reminds me of Christmas. So I'll just come in here with my little scissors and cut that little part away. Now, because it's a clear sticker, I can do that. You won't be able to tell that I did that. If that was like a regular sticker that had white around it, you would totally be able to tell that I did that. It would look really funny, but you won't even be able to tell, because once I put it down, it will look like it's printed on there. I love the clear stickers from Pretty Little Studio. So this is from Comfort and Joy. Now, it just reminded me of something. I wanted to use this one, mistletoe, because mistletoe does remind me of Christmas. And it's a clear sticker. But the reason I thought it would be fun to use this one, that mistletoe, is it's very whimsical. That font is very whimsical, kind of similar to the whimsical artwork in Sugar Plum Wishes. So that one is Jingle Word. Jingle Word clear stickers, and then Jingle Word is also in die cuts. So, oopsie. There's mistletoe in a die cut if I wanted to do die cuts instead of stickers. All right, so, but we're still back to Christmas again. Let me go back to this guy, cut this out. And this will go right here. And I can just write, reminds me of, right above it. Oh, I think I might want to do something like that there, just so it kind of jazzes up that title a little bit. Oopsie, whoopsie, whoopsie. Okay. Right about there. Oh, a little crooked, but that's okay. It'll have to do. Now I'm going too fast, you can tell. Oops, reminds me of Christmas. All right, this little guy will go in right there, but we'll add him in a second. And then I'll do my little underline. Oh, I was measuring some, now this guy's gonna have to be crooked too. I was measuring some of the new stamps that I'm working on right now. I sketched them out first. And then I was measuring heights and things that we need things to be before I hand everything off to the designer to then create. So my little ruler was in another, never mind. Never mind. Reminds me of Christmas. So this will go here like that. This will go here like that. Now, I have all these other things too. I have cheer, fa la la, jingle all the way. Maybe it's better if I don't say mistletoe. Jingle all the way is still kind of fun. So then it's not really something that reminds me of Christmas. Maybe it's just more of a nice little sentiment that's kind of over here. Oh yeah, maybe it can go right next to the little reindeer, right? So we better put the reindeer down first. Jane, I agree with you. Jane says she likes all the different fonts on that sticker sheet. That is something that Melissa does at Pretty Little Studio quite a bit on the different stickers in her collections. Because you get a nice kind of assortment, right? You get a nice assortment. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is awesome too, but that's all the same thing. So it's fun that she does that. It was really fun when I did the What's New Wednesday and was kind of doing the unboxing for the Comfort and Joy collection. Melissa popped on. So it was awesome because then I'm like, is this new? You haven't done something like this before? And she just kind of chimed in. It was fun. It was fun. All right, jingle all the way. Look it's like that was meant to go there, right? It just kind of fits right there. All right, so now we do need to do our outlining here. So this is going to be a run-on list, but it's going to have a little bit more explanation. to some of the things on the list. So run on, we just did in the last one about last month, but this one will need a little bit more explanation on some things. Okay, so let's do, just trying to decide on my outlining. Yeah, it's gonna need to go around here too, because that part looks really odd to me, to not have the little outlining in that white. And it's a little bit lower there, but that's okay. We're not going for perfection here. Alrighty. Things that remind me of Christmas. Now, I need a little bullet stamp again. So let's look. Let us look what we might have there. And let's look at bullets and more too. To see what little icon we might like. I'm sure there's a Santa in here. There is. Okay, there's a Santa, but I think I'm gonna do the little Christmas tree. So Christmas tree is on bullets and more too. We used the holly ivy last week. That was the holly ivy bullet stamp. So this time we'll do little Christmas. And I think I will, oh, we better get Santa in there first though. Let's put this on the stylus. Almost. Okay, like so. We better get Santa down. Better get Santa on there. Oh, it's such a cute collection. All right. I am going to go ahead and, no, hang on, another idea. I was going to go ahead and adhere this down now, but I'm not going to because I want to sprinkle in some of the holiday word strips, and it'll make it a lot easier if I do that here instead of adhere that first and then do it in the book, because then I'll have to have the pencil board out. So once I get, about halfway through an insert, I find it a lot easier where possible. Now I couldn't do it on the last one because the about last month, I always stamp and write directly on the page. So here, if I can not work in the book and then put it down later, it's easier. All right, so here we go. Reminds me of Christmas. I think I'm going to start out just by kind of arbitrarily, yeah, I'm just gonna do it. Stamping some of the word strips. So let's look at little guy. Let's see what we would like to do. Well, I just do a bunch of different ones, right? Deck the halls, oh it fun, bah humbug, merry and bright, 'tis the season, holly jolly, lots of different ones. So this is the holiday word strip stamp sets. It is one of the new stamp sets, with the exception of if you purchased the 2023 December documented mini book project kit, because this is included in that kit. Otherwise, it's new. All right, so let's just grab a couple of these. That's holly jolly. I'm just going to test stamp it here. Okay. Holly jolly. We'll just do a few of those to kind of break up our writing. Holly jolly, dear Santa. So if you're listing with me, well, even if you're not listing with me, what would be on your list? What reminds you of Christmas? Angie, Pretty Little Studio does not make stamps. What? It would be awesome if they did, huh? If she did. It's not they, it's a she. It's a she, she's a she, Melissa. Just Melissa. Tell me, what's on your list? What reminds you of Christmas? Terry's youngest daughter's getting married in May. Much more to do for that one. I just saw something, two things about marriage, right? Didn't I? What was that? Something, oldest daughter is planning wedding in September, now it's 2 weeks, so they are moving it to December 31st. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Oh, well, that's exciting. Terry. So now in your December daily this year, you can talk about, I mean, there's probably like wedding things that you can put in there, right? That's so fun. That is so fun. And then your youngest is getting married. Holy cow, you've got 2 weddings in like 6 months. That's crazy. That's awesome. Mall Santas, Tracy, totally Mall Santas. Mall Santas remind Tracy of Christmas. Jane, peanut butter chocolate kiss cookies remind Jane of Christmas. Karen, love going on drives on the metro and seeing all the Christmas displays and holiday lights. Good cheer. That's another good one. You guys know how I feel about word strip stickers. So give me a word strip stamp and that's even better. I think I have 2. No, not think. I know I have 2 now. I have 2 different word strip specific stamp sets. One is word strip highlights, and then this one is word strip holidays. But there are the new travel. Where is that? The new travel stamp set has word strips on it. Ooh, so does in the news. The new travel, List Builder travel stamp set. Look at all those travel themed word strips on it. And then the In the News also has little word strips on it. Because I love word strips. They're just sometimes the best thing. Peppermint candies, peppermint bark. A couple people said peppermint bark. The smell of fresh pine. Ooh, yes, the smell of fresh pine. Absolutely. Not Chris Pine. Although he probably smells pretty good too. Okay, this is going to sound horrible. Please tell me he's not dead. Please tell me he's not dead. Is he? Oh, I have this thing lately about making references to celebrities and then someone's like, they died, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh. Please tell me that he's not dead. I mean, okay. I would feel very sad if he was, but then I also feel bad for saying that if. All right, there we go. So that's a good start. There, little word strips now are interspersed amongst my list. And now we're going to make our list. So some of the things that remind me, okay, good. He's still alive. Okay, good. Good. I don't even know what he looks like. I just know that, I don't know, Chris Pine, because it made sense to say that because we were talking about the scent of pine. All right, here's my little guy. There's my little tree. All right, on my list, things that remind me of Christmas. The Hallmark Channel. And they're there. Oh my gosh. Okay. And they are. I very much know my difference between there, and there. Okay? I very much know the difference. I am very much a stickler when it comes to grammar and spelling. And I just spelled there incorrectly because I meant T-H-E-I-R. So now what I'm gonna have to do is figure out how to reword that, the Hallmark Channel, and they are, this is not gonna make any sense at all, and they are notorious, that's better, notorious for their Christmas movies. Wow. I fixed it a little bit, kind of recovered, but kind of not. And the Hallmark Channel, here we go like this. You'll never know that that was an and. That's an ampersand now. They're notorious for their Christmas movies. On repeat. With the same plot. but I enjoy them all the same. Right? Okay, good save. Woo! Golly, yeah, that was no. I'm very much and again, it's one of my little idiosyncrasies. So if it's there, and there, and you don't know the difference and don't care and whatever, then it's just me. It's not you. But that would drive me crazy if that was there, THERE. If I left that there. All right, the Hallmark Channel. That's the only time of year that I watch the Hallmark Channel. Honestly, the only time of year is Christmas and for the Christmas movie. So that reminds me of Christmas. In July, you could see an ad for a show on the Hallmark Channel and I'd be like, oh, is it a Hallmark Christmas movie? Even if it's not. Hallmark Channel reminds me of Christmas. Candy canes, mints, and peppermint. I love the taste. Always so fresh and clean. Okay. It's funny because my mind is going faster right now than what I'm writing. And so I just made another little bobble there, but you probably don't know that. That's okay. FM 100. FM 100. The radio station in Utah that plays all Christmas music during the month of December. I don't really listen to the radio much anymore because of, Pandora and those things. But back in the day, when those things didn't exist, if I wanted to hear Christmas music around Christmas time, you'd turn on FM 100 on the radio, and there it was, Christmas music all the time. So anytime, like if we're in the car and, looking for something on the radio, I guess, do listen to radio then, come across FM 100, and it could be in May, and there's no Christmas music, but it always makes me think of Christmas. Let's see, what are we saying? Anything shaped like a star reminds me of Christmas, Karen said. Sharon says poinsettia. Sermons at the church, as well as all the kid activities at church, are definitely prominent during Christmas. Wanda said she's a stickler for good grammar, but not so much for punctuation. Peppermint mocha, Jane said. Parades. Yes, Wanda, parades. Let's see. I missed some conversations there. Marilyn. Layle, in the future, when you read this list, you'll be saying, why on earth did I write that? Exactly, right? I know. Yeah, exactly. But that's okay. Exactly. All right. What do we have up? What do we have next? This is Allie Edwards. Allie Edwards always, always, always reminds me of Christmas. Anytime I see her, anytime I hear her, anytime I see her, any of her product, even if it's not Christmas, it always reminds me of Christmas because Allie Edwards and her December daily, it could be, let's say July, when I see a post of hers on Insta about summer, but I still think Christmas. So maybe there's people in your life that just always remind you of Christmas for something that happened in your life or something that they're known for or something that you like about them. Allie Edwards, that's it for me. Talk about getting distracted. I just decided to outline those little holly berries. Not Halle Berry, holly berries, holly and berries. Okay, keep going, keep going. What else? What else? What else? What else is on my list? We're only gonna get 2 lists done today, aren't we? We'll get into the third one. Pine tree smell, yes. Pine tree smell. If only I could have it year round. Now I could, I'm the boss of me, right? I could have it year round, but it would be weird year round. So I love the pine tree smell. Okay, continuing on. Red fingernail polish. Red fingernail polish. It's the only time of year I do anything other than blush pink. It's festive. I like it. It takes me a bit to get used to, especially when I see my hands in a video. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is that? But yeah, I like it for Christmas. All right, look at, there's the left side of my list. Let's go ahead and hear that. And I think what I'm going to do, and I hate to do this, I hate it, hate it, hate it when I don't have us finish a list. Well, because I like to finish, but I want us to get to the third list. So I will just continue, not discontinue. I will just continue completing my list this week. When we are together again, I will show you how the list turned out. But basically all I'm going to do is continue on. I'll come in here with some of my word strips. I will stamp word strips, and then I will use my little tree stamp to continue on. Now, really quick, one thing I want to mention. Some of you don't list at all, or you list, but you don't list in a traveler's notebook. Some of you, your preferred format is a 12 by 12 scrapbook page. Some of you do a December daily. This is a great list that could also work on one of your scrapbook pages. It could work in your December daily. Maybe you have a bunch of miscellaneous Christmas photos that you want to scrapbook, but you don't know how to scrapbook them all, and you only have one from a whole bunch of different things. Put them in a scrapbook page. Put them in a scrapbook page. That was almost dangerous. And write on the page a list of, I gotta clean that. Write on the page a list of things that remind you of Christmas, okay? So if you don't list or don't do like what I do, you can make that work in different formats. All right, so let's go into our last list. Oh, yikes. This is gonna be a huge mess. Well, you won't believe that. Hold on, let me pick that up. And I think that one, Nick just came in. Oh yeah, I think that one may be done. Yeah, I think it's, darn it. And wouldn't you know it, I just opened myself a brand new one. A brand new one. Hey, honey. On my December daily table downstairs, will you go get another one of these? Well, darn it, friends. Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't think it'll work. Don't let it drop on the floor. So I have downstairs a whole table set up where I'm working on my December daily throughout the month. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to take a brand new, oh, that's clearly not right, tape runner upstairs. And then I'll just use my old one down here. Oh my gosh, Layle, come on. Okay.
There's this weird thing on it.
Okay. All right, it's all good. It's all good. Oh, 12:34. Yeah, totally missed that. Sorry. Okay. Wanda, Burl Ives, Bing Crosby, Brenda Lee, and Rudolph. Oh, so fun. Yeah, Tracy, they don't like to be dropped on the hard floor. They don't, so just got to be more careful. All right, I was just very clumsily pushing all that stuff off to the side, and that's what I get, right? That's what I get. Okay, so I'm just going to leave all this stuff out because I will, that will make me come back, well, probably not today, but tomorrow, and finish these up, and then I'll put everything away. So that's the plan. That's the plan. We'll see if I stick to it. Okay, third list. Our third list for today. We'll at least get it started. All right, we'll at least get it started. Yeah, well. Our third list for today is things I thought I'd never do as a fill in the blank. Okay, so things I never thought I'd do as a parent, things I never thought I'd do as a teacher, things I never thought I'd do as a wife, a mother, a friend, an aunt, an uncle, a fast food worker, a driver, whatever. You fill in the blank. Things I thought I'd never do as a. And for me, my list is going to be things I never thought I'd do as a parent. Okay, but as much as I can, I like to make our lists work for lots of different people. So fill in the blank. If you're not a parent, don't do a list about parent. But don't let that stop you from doing the list, because you can make it work for you. Okay. Yeah, the 3 hours just don't work. It's just too crammed. It's just too much. It's just too much to try to do in 3 hours. Things I never thought I'd do as a parent. So I am using Discover and Create. So Vicky's Discover and Create collection. As I was looking at different product that I wanted to use, I thought that one thing from, was it in here? I don't know. One thing from Comfort and Joy stood out to me when I was looking for stickers that I wanted to use on our last list this morning. And it was this one, Oh What Fun. So Oh What Fun, I thought, Oh What Fun can work for anything, right? Oh What Fun could work for anything. Happy could work for anything on this particular sticker sheet. So I thought, Oh What Fun. I am going to use Oh What Fun on my list about things I thought I'd never do as a parent. Terry, still no Happy Meal, but your husband just asked me to go to Hobby Lobby with him. Oh my goodness, that would sound like some women's dream. Honey, will you go to Hobby Lobby with me? Oh my gosh, that's fun. That is fun. All right, what's at Hobby Lobby for your hubby? All right, I think we'll make this a one-pager. One-page list. Let's see if we want to use anything from... Ooh, okay, I just had an idea. This one, I did not look at any of the product ahead of time either with this list in mind, so, but I just saw something in here that could be fun with that title. Susan said, sorry, I've done that a couple times too. Dropped the tape runner, I know, darn it. Oh well, I'll deal with it later. I'll fix it. Look at, not only does Discover and Create have little squirrel that Vicky said she put in for me, also little acorns. Ooh, camera's good. There's so many good things in here. This is the paper repack, but I am looking for, there was a big typewriter. Oh, that, I forget. I haven't looked at this in a while. That is so good. Those are stickers. Those are washi stickers. All from the paper repack. Okay, where's the typewriter? Where's the box again? Typewriter. So it's going to be one of these big papers. Oh, there it is. Okay, well, that is now actually not going to work because that is far too large. This is what I was thinking. Actually, this could be a 2-page list now because What I was thinking is this little guy, this oh what fun, could fit right in there. And then we'll just have this be the second page. Oh, what fun. That will go there. That'll be my second page. I think we might do, let's see, pattern paper. This pattern, this pad is amazing. Oh, I already pulled out a bunch of them. So let's look. That kind of goes there because it kind of looks like it's on a newspaper. I mean, not that it has to be. I sure love this one, but that does not really work. It's kind of like, wait a minute, what? This blue could work. This would be fun. I won't use this, but this would be really fun because this could, you trim it enough and then that could, your little list could be in there. But I won't do that. Kind of like this one. I feel like we need more color behind that somehow. I don't know if it's that. That could work. Oh, I like that. Let's do that. All right. Let's do those two things together. So we need to trim this one down to 4 3/4. So I need to take a little bit off of both edges. I need to take 6, so 1/2 and 1/2 plus 2. 1/2 plus 2. And 1/2 plus 2. All right, that gives me the 4 3/4 that I need. I guess that I like. I shouldn't say need. Oh, I made that way too skinny. That's all right. All right. Oh, that's cute. I like that there. It is what it is today, friends. And you know what? The moral of the story is we can't get too wound up and if things don't quite work out the way that we wanted them to, huh? We just have to keep on moving. Wanda said she loves the big old polka dots. I do too. I do too. Golly, that's way thin. But it actually is fine because there's so much white background behind all those dots that you really don't even notice that it's thinner than I would normally do. Or narrower, I guess I should say. Not necessarily thin, but narrower than I would normally do. Wanda, oh, darn mailman. Mailman did not bring her order today, although it says it's out for delivery. Yeah, couple things there. I will tell you, this time of year, it's a crapshoot. I mean, I know that sounds horrible to say, but my orders with UPS, with FedEx, with the post office, basically anything this time of year, you really can't count on, which is really hard. It's frustrating. And it's not me. I mean, believe me, it's not me. It's nothing that I did with your order. It's nothing that you did. It's just that it's this time of year, right? It is this time of year, and that's what happens this time of year. We had, oh, here's something this is something I will recommend that you do. This is what'll happen. If it does not come today, depends on if you get mail deliveries on Sundays or not. But it has to be, if it says it's delivered, not delivered. My mailman told me this recently because when he is not working, Scott, our mailman, is amazing. But when he has days off and someone substitutes for him, it is not good. The guy the other day literally shoved, we have a neighborhood mailbox, so you have a key, far too many packages in that mailbox that were for me. And one of them, someone had sent me a beautiful squirrel ornament that was glass. You should have seen the box. The box was literally caved in, and luckily it was fine. But I'm like, dude, what the heck? Clearly, well, we had to wait till our regular mailman came back because the key wouldn't even open the door because it was stuffed so full. So, regular mailman Scott said, here's my word of advice for you. Anytime something goes wrong with something that post office is delivering, or for me, when he's not working and there were a lot of packages going out, lots of orders going out that I have scheduled to pick up, and the guy that's covering for him doesn't pick them up. He said, go to the post office website, go to USPS.com, and file a complaint. And he said, they have to, the post office manager or whatever, their rule is they have to respond within, can't remember, if it's 24 hours or 48 hours or whatever. Anyhow, it is a great way to get someone to pay attention to you because I've tried it. So anyhow, that would be the case for someone just said, supposed to be delivered Tuesday, showed up, I don't know, I'm not understanding Karen, but anyhow, go online and report it. And you may get some, sorry, I'm trying to think, and my mind's in too many places right now. I'm trying to think and work and talk at the same time. That is dangerous. It's like trying to walk and chew gum at the same time. And then like rub your hand on your stomach in a circle and pat your head. Yeah, too many things at one time for Layle's brain today. All right, there we go. It's looking cute. I am going to take out I just can't cut corners. I just look at something and I'm like, I have to do this because I want to do it. It's going to look cute if I do it. I really like the pink in this, so I think I want to grab sponge sugar and ink those edges. No, Creative Cindy, they're not going to lose their job, okay? Believe me, they're not going to lose their job. I promise you. But it's important that, that their boss knows if they are not, if they're doing things that are harming people's mail, right? They're not going to use their job. But if it's a pattern, then it will get addressed. If no one reports something like that and it happens frequently, then we're not helping anyone out, right? We're not helping anyone out. Sponge sugar. Because if the guy had been doing that for 10 years and nobody ever reported it, well, then he's causing a lot of problems for people. So not to fire him. For sure. I don't want anyone to lose their job. But also, there should be, requirements of your job. And if you're a mailman, you need to pick up the mail that is scheduled. And you need to not shove so many packages in a box that the door won't even open, right? So, yeah, I don't want to get in trouble. But, and my mailman said, this is what you need to do if you want it to stop. So I said, okay. And they're very accommodating. They're very nice about it. And, I'm not mean. I'm not mean by any means, but I'm like, I just say every time, my business relies on this. So if the person's not going to come pick up the packages that I scheduled to be picked up, I need someone to let me know if that's not going to happen. Because if it's not going to happen, then I can put them all in my car and take them to the post office, right? But my business relies on it. My customers rely on it. And once I create a label and tell my customers their package is on the way, my customers are expecting it. So, things happen, but anyhow. And if it was a one-time thing, it would just be a one-time thing that I would deal with. But with this particular person, it happens all the time. So. All right. Wanda said, I even give snacks to my delivery people. 100%. 100%. Usually, the first full week in December is usually when I start it. I have a basket on the front porch a big basket with water and then all kinds of snacks for the delivery people, right? Because, and it doesn't matter, Amazon, FedEx, post office, whatever it is, UPS. I have the same UPS driver, and I have the same, for the most part, post office man, postman, post office man, postman, mailman, mailman. But there's also, this time of year, there's a lot of people that are working like temporary positions, right? A lot of people working temporary positions. So I just want to take care of them. There's also, we live in an HOA, and part of our HOA is that they do all the snow removal. So they shovel the sidewalks and they snow plow and all of that. Last year, we had a lot of snow. And so one day, the guys were like on our front porch and on our walkways shoveling. And so I said to one of the guys, I said, hey, here's a basket if you would like water or treat or whatever. And he's like, oh, thank you. And then English was his second language. And this was totally fine. But he took the basket and then he walked around to like a whole bunch of other people, which was so awesome because you know what, that's what it's there for. But then he brought it back and I'm like, oh, okay. He's going to give it to everyone, all of his friends. But I'm like, that's good, right? That's good. No, I think it's really important because they work their butts off, right? They work their butts off. The delivery people, well, all the time, but especially this time of year. So we got to be nice to them, right? Got to be nice to them. What about this pencil? This pencil's pretty cute. But it kind of doesn't really match with, not match. I don't care if it matches. It doesn't have to match. Oh, what the heck? Let's just put it on there. I mean, it doesn't really go with what I'm doing. It doesn't really apply. A pencil doesn't really apply, but I guess a typewriter doesn't really apply to what I'm writing either. Things I thought I'd never do as a parent. I'm just like, stuff is just coming out of my mouth. Like what, it's just in my brain and it's coming right out, you guys. Okay, 8 minutes. Okay, let's do our title. Oh, what fun. So my title, I know what I'm going to do. That's block font, super simple, right? So I'm going to use alphabet sticker. That is a super simple block font. I haven't pulled these out in ages. Are they in here? No, they're not in there. That's how long it's been since I pulled them out. They would be behind me in this. The Simple Stories Color Vibe Alpha Stickers. Okay, so I have a lot. I think there are 9. I have some duplicates here. I think there are 9 different color ways. I have 3 of the same one in there. That's funny. So in the Color Vibe sticker books, you have 2 sheets each of 6 different colors. So you have 12 sheets. Here's an example. They're all like this. The first sheet is a larger block font. The second sheet is that same block font, but smaller. And then the little tile stickers. So I thought that this might be fun to use for the title because it's very they're very blocky, kind of like that. And so I probably, this is what I would gravitate towards, would be the black. If I spell parent, do we want to use, I think that might be too big, so I'll go to the smaller ones. So in this particular sticker book, obviously I've used a lot of the smaller ones. You will notice that I have little dots next to some of the letters. Once you get down to a point where you've used quite a few stickers in a particular color, it's a good idea before you start putting them on your paper to make sure that you have what you need. And that's what I use the little dots for. So for example, if I'm spelling parent, I'd go P, okay, I'm good. A, I'm good, there's still one of those. R, I'm good, there's still one of those. E, there's one of those. N, there's one of those. T, there's no T. But I'm not gonna panic because I can make a T out of another sticker. So that's what I'm going to do. These are a great staple. They also apply to if you know Simple Stories, you know their whole color vibe palette. So the colors of the stickers also will coordinate with the different colors in their collections, which is nice because then things match and you don't have to, well, not match, they coordinate. Then you don't have to go searching for a color that matches one of their collections. All right, so now what I'm looking for is my, there it is, ruler. Parent. So using my ruler for a couple of different reasons and my little reverse grip tweezers, I am going to pull off the letters and I will line them up on the ruler. If I use one of the lines on the ruler to line them up, that way I make sure that my title will be straight. So that's one of the reasons for using the ruler. I'm using that horizontal line there to line up all the letters so they're straight. That is one of the benefits of using a ruler to do this. I use my little 6-inch steel ruler. 6-inch because work in a smaller format in a traveler's notebook. So if I have a tool, in this case the ruler, that is right sized for the job, it just makes things a lot easier. Kind of like before when we were talking about our stamping blocks and having multiple different size stamping blocks so you have the right tool for the job. I feel like my dad when I say that. Some things that my dad, well, I have a list that I did a couple years ago called Dadisms, right? Things that my dad used to say, like measure twice, cut once. It takes two to tango. Use the right tool for the job. You know, just kind of dad things like that. Oh, I think my head. Sorry, you're getting a nice look at my scalp there. Parent. Scrapbook sister, she ordered these stickers for me. She loves them. Yeah, they're good. I have tried bending Simple Stories ear about every different way from Sunday. I mean, I've tried so much. So I really would love a new font in these stickers. I love this. I love the sticker book. I love the font. It's classic. It works for a lot of different things. I am just would like a different font. So I'd like them to continue doing their sticker books, but do them with new fonts. Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be fun? All right, so here is my T, but right now it's just starting as an I, and I'll fix it when we get there. All right, so they're all lined up in a nice line. They're all even. Now what I can do, the other reason for using a ruler is I don't have to do any measuring. I'm going to get this on and call it, Terry. Thank you for keeping me on track. I am going to now take my ruler and lay it down, okay? So I can figure out where is center. I didn't have to do any measuring. I didn't have to count my letters and are they the same width and then start in the center and go either way to get them even. I just move it around here. If I want it down here, I could put it down here. I'm going to put it up here because that's pretty much what I always do. I need to leave enough room at the top for the rest of my title. The rest of my title is things I thought I'd never do as a parent. So really, I need to leave a little bit more room because I need to write really 2 lines up there, right? I need to do like that probably because I don't want to be super squished. All right, so there we go. That looks pretty even to me, right? Looks pretty even. And now all I need to do is press down on the tops of those stickers and then gently roll that out. Okay, so there we go. Things I never thought I'd do as a parent. That N is, I think that's just how the N looks. It's a little bit skiwampus. All right, now I need to just make up the rest of the T. And I can do that with, how about, I'm just trying to think of one. Oh, it doesn't really matter. I'll just use the K. And to make the crossbar on the T, because that crossbar goes up at the top, I have like 1,000 pair of scissors. None of them are there. Really? Like, how is that even possible? Okay. And I'll just clip this little K down till I get my T. That looks pretty good. Might be a little wide. Yeah, it's a little wide, so we'll just narrow it a little bit. Like that. Now, it's a little bit too close to the end, but that's okay. Right, no one's measuring. We can see that says parents, so we're good. All right, now I'm just going to add the rest of my title and then we'll call it good because I don't want to forget what I was going to say. Things I thought I'd never do as a parent. So, things I thought I'd never do as a. Okay, I think that will work. Things I thought I'd. No, I don't like at the end of that. That's kind of odd. Things I thought I'd never do. Things I thought. Things I thought I'd never do as a parent. All right, so I'm going to add my little underline here and then we are going to call it a day. When we are together next, we have a lot to do. This one I will finish, okay? This one I will finish while we're together again because we just didn't get far enough in there. We didn't get far enough along. What I am going to do though, because I've learned this based on past experience, I need to go ahead and insert this now because if I don't, it will somehow get misplaced in all of this giant mess. And then when we are ready to finish that, I'll be like, oh my goodness, what happened to the other part of that list? All right, things I thought I'd never do as a parent. This guy, I need to write December 2023. There we go, just so I remember that date. Okay, friends, I am going to, woohoo, boy, a bit of a whirlwind there. It felt like a bit of a whirlwind. Let's turn that, turn off, turn on, close all those cupboards behind me, and we'll flip the camera and we'll say our goodbyes. Oh, guess what? We didn't talk about our second giveaway, friends. We need to talk about that really quickly. So hang on. Quick rotate. Yes, thumbs up. If you have not, whoopsie, sorry. If you've not given the video a thumbs up yet, please, now is a good time to do so. Second giveaway. So 2 giveaways today. The first one is the 2023 Year in Review Mini Book Project Kit, not Mini Book Project Kit, Traveler's Notebook Project Kit. The second one is one of the new stamp sets, and it is that one. I mean, it's not that one that I used. It is the holiday word strips. Okay, 3x4 stamp set, holiday word strips. And if you already have that because you did the December documented project kit this year, then you can pick something different if you win. Okay, friends, so participate in the giveaways, leave a comment on the video as soon as it's over. Easy. If you're still here, just stay here for 10 more seconds. Well, let's be honest. Stay here for 1 more minute. As soon as I'm done, go leave a comment and then you're done and you're ready for the giveaway. The Winter Traveler's Notebook Project Kit will be live on the website on Monday. That would be the 4th. The 2024 Year in Review Traveler's Notebook Project Kit. Look for that to go up for pre-order late December. We'll ship late-ish January. I've got some things that I ordered coming from China that are being manufactured. So that's kind of you never quite know when those things are going to be. So I'm going to see late-ish January, and then we'll do class for that project kit in early February. And if you ordered the new stamp sets, they arrived Thursday afternoon. So some of those orders, a few started shipping on Thursday, many more shipped yesterday, and then we should get the rest of those orders shipped by Wednesday of this week. There will be a What's New Wednesday this coming week. So join me for that. And otherwise, have a great rest of your Saturday. Have a great rest of your weekend. If I don't see you here on Wednesday night for What's New Wednesday, we will not be together on the 9th listing, but watch for an email. Excuse me, because we will do something one night that week of the 11th of December, 2023, okay? Let me take a quick look at the chat. Karen said another fun Saturday. Always enjoy this time as a fave time of each week. I do too, Karen. Thank you. I get so much done and get to create with like-minded creatives. That's a win for me. Yes, win-win for, I'm glad it's a win for you guys because it's a huge win for me because this is the only time that I play. This is the only time, well, outside of December Daily, which that happens a lot this month, but this is the only time where I actually sit down and just play for me. And when I'm not traveling, there's not a lot of social that happens in my life. When I'm traveling, that's when I see lots of you. There's lots of chatting and laughing and teaching and having lots of fun. But this is where I get a lot of my social when I'm not traveling. So thank you for letting me be here with you guys on a Saturday and playing and being creative and chatting and friendship and lots of fun. I will see you guys soon, hopefully. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.